Good evening, everybody. Welcome
Good
to evening.
See, this is what you did when you were at a concert in the 70s.
Butane don't show
Now,
up too well.
now they just turn on
You
their
need some propane.
now
Propane
now
accessories.
everyone
But
does
you know
this.
what's cool though?
What?
Whenever you go to a concert and they do that, and you get
Yeah.
20,000 people to turn on the lights on their phones, it's surprisingly bright inside the.
Hey, the cell phone
inside the
lights are a
arena.
thing of the past now too. They do
What are they doing?
bracelets now at the concert.
I've seen those.
The
Whatever
Apple
they do.
Watch. I
yeah,
can
the
take my
sound
Apple
guy
Watch.
controls everybody's lights now.
I wonder if they're feeding you like
Or the light guy.
dopamine through that thing.
Yeah.
That way they want to make sure you have fun. I don't know who this guy is to my left. You're right. But it's
No,
been
wait a minute. Carlos just started the SHI poop right out of the gate. You see what
Are
he
we
said?
slinging?
He slinged it. He swung it already.
Well, I mean, we never claimed to be pretty,
He's a little sensitive tonight.
but that's okay.
I am, because I took the time to get
Hashtag
changed.
tequila.
Listen, I missed everybody. I seriously,
We missed you too.
I love my family. You know that. I'm grateful for my family. But I'm in the closet. I'm like, what should I wear? I changed my pants. I'm like, you know. And Jody, you're right. The ankle bracelet, was just, I went to court today. They said, okay, you're good for a while. As long as you stay good, take it off. Coming out here, I looked at Jennifer. I said,
Don't cut it off.
I feel like I said to Jennifer, I said, I feel like I'm applying for a job tonight. I'm going to be like,
It's your interview.
I like to be on the show.
We've missed you, man.
Yeah, it was.
I feel like you and I were playing opposites.
Yes.
Like I was available and you weren't. You were available, I wasn't. So.
And there was one. I think it was last week. We were up at the big university, and I was going to mess with you guys because we were in this auditorium. The sound quality. Now I know why it costs a lot of money to go to college, universities, because the sound quality compared to high school, middle school bands, as well as these kids are playing, these young adults are playing their hearts out. And there's a whole protocol when the conductor comes out. The conductor's not there while they're warming up. Then all of a sudden it gets quiet. It's like everyone knows what to do except for Izzo. I don't know what
people
to
in
do.
the crowd.
Yeah, especially me. I mean, I'm like a redneck guy. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, should I open up my gummy bears now?
They have rednecks in Connecticut? Who'd have thought it?
Well, I'm the guy who brings the sweetest fish and other things. And I fill up my pockets, and I've learned you take them out of the cardboard.
Yeah.
I've also learned you don't put chocolate in your pockets because what's going to happen? There's heat in there. So you got to do it kind of like
milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
Right, it melts in my pockets. It melts in my pants. Is what it does. So I'm like, So I was gonna mess with you guys last week during one of the performances, and they're jamming. They're getting, and I was gonna pop in on the mobile app. Yeah, exactly, Rob. Like,
no,
hey, somebody out there.
He's yelling "Stairway to Heaven."
You were
gonna virtual drop in.
I'm like, you got any Marshall Tucker, on that scorecards or some Crosby, Stills, Nash
on
Young,
your bingo card?
You got a little George Michael or some Duran. How about some Kiss? You got some Kiss for me at least? You know what I mean? But no, it was fun. But I said, no, I better not try to go live because I don't want to be that guy
in the crowd.
And we're like, and now normally, so my family will tell you, I have a whole protocol when I go to these events. I never sit in the front. I'm the guy who likes to sit way in the back. Yes, Mark. Mo's got it. Fog hat. And I sit in the back. But the way this thing is laid out, it was kind of cool to sit a little bit closer. But then, I turned around. I'm like, wait a minute. How do I pull this off without being that guy who's the idiot?
Being obvious.
And I don't want to embarrass Maggie. I don't want her to be like, "Oh my God, I thought my father stopped embarrassing me 3 years ago." No, kid,
the best is yet to come.
Wait,
that looks like you're smoking a Jaime Garcia there.
Yes, it is.
Hey, called it. Great cigar.
It is. So anyway, it's good to be back. Temperatures are so warm. I got this Mr. Buddy heater on so low. Just want to
You're still having to run a heater up there? It's 93 degrees in Texas today.
I think we were 72. We're up where I was working. The floor line is 68. But I mean,
man.
Yeah, we had the windows open at dinner time. We had the windows open at dinner time. You know,
if I did that, all I would hear was cars. So I keep.
When we do that, we get even worse sinuses and running noses.
Because all the pollen makes it in the house.
Pollen and humidity.
Yeah.
That pollen,
Yeah, exactly.
you know, again, you get a brand new vehicle, and I treat it like it's the new baby of the house, right?
Of course.
And like I'm like, pollen, can you know that and bird poop? I'm like, in the morning, can't these birds just find with all the trees we have? Why do they
they're gonna
have to
find your truck?
Why? Is there a bullseye?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep. It's got that new truck smell that attracts them.
So it's new antennas.
I used to be friends. There was this rancher that I did some work for way back when. And every time when he would wear a work truck out and he would go and get a new one, the very first thing he would do before he would drive it off the lot is take a key and scratch the shit out of the side of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do you do that? And he goes, because I'm just going to get it over with now. Because as soon as I get it home and I start working on it, or working with it, I'm going to scratch it. So I'll just scratch it now, get the pain over with, and you call it good. That's like when I built my inflation fan. I had it, powder coated this really cool color and all that. I was being, super careful with it, not getting a scratch on it. And Mike, the guy that I fly with, he was like, you need to quit babying that thing. And I said, I know, but I don't want to scratch it. And what does he do? He takes a end of a strap and slacks the shit out of it.
Damn!
He goes, there. How do you feel now? And I was like, you son of a bitch.
I thought I was the tough guy drilling
and then
drilling.
The next weekend, the crew didn't tighten the strap far enough, and it fell over backwards, and it kind of bent the little handle on it. So I was like, all right, fine.
I thought I was bold by popping the NMO mounts. The NMO mounts in the roof. I got a bracket coming off the hood, and we finally got radio. Oh my God, I feel normal now with having radios in my truck. No more bioenno battery hiding in the back to just run the scanner. I mean, that was sort of a little bit of salvation, but it was just so nice to hear some ham radio chatter.
You have a ham radio addiction whenever you have to run a bioenno battery in the back just so that you can listen to frequencies.
Power pole,
static, brother.
Dude, I power pulled the wires. Listen, man. Listen, this is what hams do. You put me on the island. You put me on the Gilligan's Island. I'm getting us off of there. I will make an antenna for us out of coconuts.
Oh,
I don't care.
Absolutely.
We're gonna make it happen.
But not in a brand new truck. I don't have a radio in any of my vehicles.
Oh. And
before any of you assholes in the chat said I don't have a radio, period, I have 3. Thank you very much. I got a new 9800 for ballooning that I throw in there when we go run, because that's what there's a specific frequency and tone that we use.
Right.
And then I have the beautiful 706 Mark II G that Izzo sent me. So I don't want to hear from none of you.
Have you christened the 706 yet? Have you done a QSO party?
I haven't done a POTA yet.
How about a QSO party? Have you done anything?
I did. I put my 10-meter antenna up here in the office, and I hooked it up, and I listened to some radio. I couldn't make a contact because it was that Buddy Stick Pro inside my house, so I'm sure it was extremely compromised. But I have an event coming up. I haven't. But I have an event coming up next month.
I don't believe it.
And there's a POTA park not far from it. Randy's going to be with me because he's going to be part of my crew for flying that event. We're going to go POTA.
Hey Joe, Mike's right. Excuses. What? Joe, yell at him. Come on, Joe, give it to him. Say it. I've been dipped in bullshit. Say it.
I've been dipped in bullshit.
You had no.
Look, I've been messing with the soundboard the whole time. Evidently, the audio's not coming through because
Why not?
Can't hear it.
I don't. That's what I'm looking. I'm like, everything's set to the right output. Everything's set here to the right. I don't know. You know how many times Izzo's talking about what flavor he don't care? the way he takes it.
Oh, I found that picture, you all. You guys, let me tell you something.
You guys. Use?
Team replay, you guys made me drop my cigar 2 or 3 times already. One was someone who thinks he's Joe Walsh. That got me right there. I was not. I listen, guys. I told everybody.
You were mad. You thought we got him there while you weren't in town.
Yes. So I either didn't read the memo in our private chat that says this is going to be a joke or whatever. And then I'm so excited. It was like a Thursday night. There's nothing going on at like 10 o'clock at night. I'm out here having a good cigar. I'm gonna put you guys on. Next thing you know, it's Joe Brett.
Yep.
And
I thought it was a great Joe Walsh impression.
Then you guys have been dropping me. And I want to know if I'm getting royalties for these things.
No, you're going to get paid the exact same commission schedule you've been paid for the last 3 years.
No, no wonder why my tax man is wondering what the hell am I doing?
Nothing from nothing is nothing. Even if they pay you double time.
Jennifer's like, we got a wedding to pay for. What the hell you doing? Crazy man. Oh well.
Why am I the point of contention in the chat? Being called out for all kinds of things. It's not right.
I'm so distracted. I'm sorry.
Mike started.
Yeah, your job is supposed to be on chat, Joe Brett.
But Mike started it because you didn't start the show on time. I think
it happens.
And this is Mike's Friday night. I think he always said. So I don't understand why Mike's not just, what do they call that? Chillaxing? Just Chillaxing.
He's on the patio with the 705, playing some FT8. Happy birthday, Frequency Frontiers.
Happy birthday, Frequency Frontiers.
I'm finally making it back here through the rest of them. Jody says 422 Earth Day. Time for more radials and ground rods.
Earth Day. Cigars come from the earth.
That's right.
I'm celebrating Earth Day tonight.
100%. Chris, Radio and Life, watch the video on subject that was posted. Watch video on subject that was posted. Remember for 24 months. Thank you so much. James, remember for 6 months. Thank you. Appreciate it. Couple of things. First off, all of you in Green Chat, thanks for supporting us. We appreciate you guys. Y'all are all of our channel members. God, I can't talk tonight.
Supporters.
Channel supporters. I'll put it that way. If you ordered a hat and you have not paid for said hat, check your email and check your spam because you should have an email from me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm ready to get those sent over to the manufacturer so I can get those hats out. I'm wearing a different one tonight. I'm not wearing my Clubhouse hat.
Are we all set, us Clubhouse guys? Because I know there was some stuff flying in our private chat.
Yep.
We were a little late. Okay,
beer snack. You were supposed to.
No, but I'm just saying though. Once again, the memo didn't go out. I don't think.
We don't have memos.
Or did it? Okay. Well, it sure the hell wasn't on the calendar that said due by this date.
Ed. Terrible. You know what? So I was out with a group of friends last night for their going away party. And I posed this question to them. They're all in the service industry. And I said, do you feel that it's lazy? Several of them said yes. They said that they think that it's lazy. So I'm not the only one. I'm not the only crazy one. Thank you, Ed. Thanks for being a member for 28 months. Forest Overland, member for 9 months. Woohoo!
Something went over my head already. What's lazy or what's not lazy?
So part of the show the other night, if you ever walked into a restaurant and they don't say welcome to Taco Bell or they don't say welcome to whatever restaurant you're going to, they say welcome in. Hi, welcome in.
Is that a Texas thing or a Southwest thing?
I guess. Evidently they lazy as shit down here because they just say hi, welcome in as you walk by. No up front, no shake your hand, no say howdy, anything like that.
No smile.
Like the only thing we get up here is how many?
How many?
It's like, oh, you're here? How many you want? How many tables you got?
The less that they say to me when I come in, the happier I am. I don't need a chit chat. I need a table. And you worried about a conversation.
See, mine, no. See, mine's about efficiency. No, but mine's about it's a
Good evening,
flow
Sharon.
chart.
How is your emotional day today? How can we make your evening?
Okay.
Make it.
I'm going to get on a rant here because when I worked in the restaurant business. Started as a busboy. They went in. I did some kitchen stuff. Okay. Then they put me on the floor where I had to put on the tuxedo pants and the nice white shirt and bow tie. There are no pictures, guys,
Yes,
so
Mike,
don't ask.
Wait, no,
Okay.
no, not 7-Eleven.
But there are protocols that I feel are no longer being used today, or I'm just going to the wrong restaurants. Because when you get seated, I feel, do you want water or not? Because those glasses sometimes will just clog up
You
the table.
thirsty? Hmm.
Or can I get you something to drink while you look over the menu? Those are proper things to say. Not just wait 10, 15 minutes and then come over. Because I start looking at my watch and I start timing things now. And it's becoming
you're one of
peeve.
those.
Well, it's not one of those. It's about respect because I'm paying a lot of money now. Have you seen the bills lately just for 3, 4, 5 people to go out?
Dude, have you seen the bill for 2 people to eat breakfast? It was $58.
Yes.
For eggs and shit.
Dude, when we go to Texas Roadhouse, it is close to $300-400.
It ain't that expensive here. Not at Texas Roadhouse.
What are you eating at Texas Roadhouse, bro?
Right?
Just
that's Ruth Chris prices.
He's getting that Wagyu.
No, it's not. Ruth, you can't. Let me tell you something. The Clubhouse credit card cannot cover us for a Ruth Chris. Okay? Beer Snack would lose his mind if we ever had a charge like that.
He would.
But Texas
It'd be
Roadhouse is I don't want what 3 stars? What do you want to call it?
So 45 Auto, I get more from Chicken Express than I get from most other people. Even the people at Chicken Express say, "Hey, welcome to Chicken Express. How you doing?"
What's Chicken Express? Is it a sit down or
fast food chicken place?
You know, you're going to talk about this. My pet peeve of pulling up to a drive-through and they say, "You be using our mobile app tonight?"
Yes, I was just going to bring that up, Joe.
If I was, I wouldn't be in line.
Well,
Right.
Thank you.
No. See, that's the trick. You use the mobile app,
Why?
and then when you pull up, they just tell you pull on to the next window because they already have your order and they're already making it.
It doesn't make sense. They would already know that. If I was using the mobile app, they would already know that. So why do I have to go through the drive? Why would that question is? That should be non-applicable.
There's several of them that does not start making your food until you check in and say,
"Well, this is true. This is true."
Taco Bell's one of them.
There's there's a certain chicken place that I fly for, and they won't make your stuff until you have scanned the QR code and you're in line. But I ordered it 15 minutes ago, and if you try to check in early, it's like you're not close enough to the restaurant. I'm saying.
What? They could see how far away you are?
Yeah, because you have to share your location.
I would tell you, I'm finna have a throwing fit right now. If I find out that I see Ham Radio Tube says 100% of the time use the mobile app. How many ham radio operators sit there and bitch about all these apps? Oh, they want so many permissions. They want this and that. Have you ever looked at the terms of service in those fast food restaurant apps? Gosh dang, they overreaching a little bit. And that's why I do not use your mobile app for the discounts. I'll pay full price. I'm telling you, go look at McDonald's terms of service and everything they collect.
That's why I don't eat at McDonald's.
But I will say that certain chicken place that Shane flies for on occasion, at least some of the ones here, have a mobile drive-through where you scan that QR code and you're not in line with everybody else.
Absolutely.
Front of the line privileges. Get your food.
That's smart.
On through.
That's
I drive by
smart.
like this.
And that brand new truck, I want to see that. I want to see a short. I want to see a short of that. Yeah,
If
Oh
you're
my
using
God.
anything online connected to get anything, you're part of the product.
If it's free, you are the commodity.
Oh, even if it's not discounted, if you're using electronic means, it's the same. You remember you go to the mall or whatever, and you like win this $50,000 truck or win this photo shoot or whatever.
Take this quick survey.
You used to fill out the little piece of paper.
Oh,
they
they
just
got all
put you
your
on a
info.
mailing list.
Yep.
Yep. Then you start getting scam calls because they sold it to some car warranty place.
And Steve, you remember when you were up here a few years ago? You sat with Scotty. That was one of his companies he worked for. When you bought the microwave, the toaster, then you start asking. And so you start answering all those questions like how much money you make. and then where you live,
Nanya.
they see your zip code, man. That data is now being sold to everybody and anybody who wants your data.
Absolutely.
Interstellar Starman gets it.
Mhm.
If it's free, you are the product.
Great segue to our new product. If y'all would just fill out the form with all your contact information.
Don't forget social security number and credit card.
Yeah.
I
Date of
wouldn't
birth.
need that. Just give us a good phone number, email address.
Make Beer Snack happy.
Right.
Yeah. I want to reply to Jody here. Let me.
Which time?
The elusive pop-up drive-through. If there's a group standing around at lunchtime waiting on their tacos, you found the right truck.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
I'm not going to get us
Explain.
canceled. I'll explain later if you don't know. But
Oh, don't tell me if
That-
you know, you know.
no, I'm not going to say if you know,
Yeah,
you know.
no.
I'm saying if you don't
know.
know, I'm not telling. But there's a certain group of generally construction workers
Okay.
Okay.
that go to certain food trucks.
Oh yeah. The ones
And
that
if you
drive
find-
around from
Yes.
drive around from workplace to workplace.
Yes,
From-
follow the herd.
job-
Yes, you follow, yes, you
job
follow
site
the
to
herd.
job site.
Yep.
That is some of the best food you will ever find.
Mhm.
And some of the cheapest, usually.
Dirtier the kitchen, the more the flavor.
That's right. Because they ain't no health inspection ever set foot in that trailer.
Well, that's the thing down here. They have to cook in a commercial kitchen. And then they just reheat in the mobile.
So it gets transported in those.
It's lukewarm.
Cambros.
Transfer.
Yeah. We used to
Oh,
use those
oh
in
no.
Cambros.
Some of the ones around here have the propane running while they're going down the road.
Really?
Yes.
That's
I've always wanted to try.
Speaking
You know that
of propane.
pizza company
Somebody
that we
said
see on
propane.
TV, and if it comes in hot, I don't know if we should mention. I'm not sure if we should mention the fast food pizza company
The
But-
$5 pizza?
or whatever. I've always wondered,
$7 now.
does it really come?
Is it Little
Does
Caesars?
it really? I don't know.
Pizza,
Either that
pizza.
or
Pizza,
or the one that has
I
the
think we
D
got
on
it
it,
covered.
Is it
or,
Marco Polo?
sort of like Dominic's. Domino.
Dominatrix?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
not that one.
What?
Oh, okay.
Does it come in hot? Does it? Is that box
I mean,
hot?
if you order from the right spot, it does.
Listen, if that box. Wait, are we still talking about pizza here?
Yes,
That's-
we are.
I was going to leave that one alone. I was going to leave that one alone.
Because I was going to say, if that box is hot, man, you know. But I'm just going to be quiet now.
No.
No, I don't
Well,
want
Mike's
to
still
get myself
working.
in trouble.
Anytime you say you're going to be quiet, you're not going to be quiet. We expect none less of you.
Exactly.
My mind is trying to regroup so I don't get myself in trouble.
So
more
you're not.
tequila, that'll get
So
you
you're
there.
not a recording again.
Mm.
I told you, I want royalties on that.
Can
No.
you still hear me?
I saw that.
Yeah,
meme.
we
Yeah,
hear you.
I hear you, Joe.
I closed my mic app and I don't know what it's called to open it back up. The hell?
Mike.
Oops.
Steve, I saw one of the pictures in one of our chat groups, and you guys got me. You guys got me. Those those crazy Northeast boys that I hang out with, they still got that burglar picture with me with with the winter hat. That was my favorite winter hat that I cut up too.
I was gonna say, wasn't that in the back of an El Camino with a cantaloupe on the table?
I don't have it. I don't never like the Caminos. That's what. Can you guys just pick a truck that I like and or have driven in the past? Oh my god!
I mean,
Come on, guys, get to
That's
work.
not near as funny, though.
This is why we have Chat GTP now. You can
well,
bring it-
and that's why we're using the Elko because it's easy. I was gonna say we could say the Hyundai Santa Cruz
Oof.
or the Jeep Gladiator
Isn't the Santa Cruz like a Subaru Light?
with the truck bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even
it-
there's the Subaru I think that still has a little short.
I
bed.
almost bought a Subaru when I was like 19 or 20, I think.
okay.
That had the seats in the back.
If
were
it's not a
bolted down?
WRX, then it's not worth it.
I think it was a Brat. I think was that the name of the Brat? Is that ring any bells to
This is what
anybody?
they called you.
No, because
No.
because the redneck hillbilly way would just use regular chairs until kids started flying out of there when you took the corner too hard.
Wait. You got chairs in the back of yours?
I didn't,
What?
unless we
Why
bolted them
didn't?
in there.
No.
What y'all use?
We had to hold on to the side rail.
Blankets and cardboard.
We were lucky if we got that. Just riding around on the bedliner.
Don't tell me I was rich.
You used one of them highfalutin rednecks.
We had these chairs that that would fold, and it had the weave of that nylon weave, and somebody
lawn
said
chairs.
the lawn chairs. So somebody said, I have an idea, and they took like some sheet metal over the tubular bottoms, and they screwed them in with a self-tapping screws to hold that chair. So all you had to do was hold on tight like this.
Yeah, we didn't have those.
Wow.
I mean, we might have had some seats out of like a Bronco or something. We bolted the back of the truck, but
See, great ideas come from mistakes or mishaps or going to the emergency room. So you don't have to go to the emergency room again.
yeah,
That's
or
how
losing
I
a
look at it.
child because they fell.
Yeah,
out of the
losing a
back.
child, losing a finger.
Do it.
You know what I mean?
Do it.
Teeth will always grow back. Well,
We had metal
Well,
dashboards.
once
you get one shot.
you get one set of screw ups, and then God says, "Well, that's it, buddy.
That's why we give you,
You
a
get
second
to whistle while you speak." You know, we're 27 minutes in and we ain't been around the horn yet. So, Izzo, how's
That's
your
fine.
week been, buddy?
No. I got to tell you.
I'll
I got
take
to
it
tell
wet or
you.
dry. I don't care.
No,
To me, it's all about
stop
that flavor. You know what I mean?
No. See, I want royalties.
Did it
I
work?
used to. Yes,
Gosh,
It worked.
dang, man, all that crap.
I would.
Well,
I
30
would.
minutes to
Have,
figure that out.
Half hour to figure that out.
you know the guys
I'll,
who would
I'll
have
take
the
it wet
teeth.
or dry. I don't care. To me, it's all about that flavor. You know what I mean?
I'm telling a story.
Okay.
You know the guys who would have the space between the two front teeth.
Yep.
They used to be able to spit real good, including watermelon seeds or a lemon seed, because behind the seed was this jet propulsion that would go through that canal between the teeth.
You really
and I
paid
was always-
attention to their mouth, didn't you?
And I was jealous. No, but so one day we're at the movie theater, and I was talking about this, and this lady taps me on the shoulder.
Why were you talking about that in the movie theater?
No, we were outside.
She
in
probably
the drive-
thought you were
we
talking
were in the
about-
drive-in. We were at the drive-in.
Sir, please, I'm
Oh,
trying to watch a
okay.
movie.
And they had
Right.
their 10 or 12, 13 kids there too. And she said, "Watch this." And she smiled. And I went,
She hocked to it right there.
she was the original Octu, but guess what? She had that gap between
Hey, now.
and that thing had to go
Hey,
10,
now.
12,
Hey,
14
now.
feet. It was amazing. It was a McDonald's French fry. It was amazing.
How did we go from a lemon or watermelon seed to McDonald's French fry?
I'm just telling you what happened.
Okay.
I don't know.
I believe you.
Pretend we're on Discord. Just pretend it's the
No,
Discord day. This
No,
is what
we're
we
live.
no.
There's 100 people done saw it. We can't take it back now.
All right.
Anyway, how's your week been, buddy?
Me?
Mhm.
Saturday. So everything got turned upside down. My goal was to do anywhere from 3 to 5 parks on Saturday and
During
Sunday.
business hours.
No, I was off this weekend.
Oh. Well, I
But
was,
Matt,
must have been
so
doing
but
something.
Maggie has to give me the magic text of saying, "Hey," and then after that, I know what that means. So, we still got the 2 parks. Jennifer came with me on the second one. yes, Ted, very good, Ted.
For the podcast, Ted says, would that be a mech tour?
Yes, it was a French fry that came out of her teeth
Maybe number
with the
14
jet
mech tour.
propulsion.
That'd be, somebody's got to do that. Somebody's
Somebody's
it's
got
a
to do that on
secret
video.
menu at McDonald's.
You know too. When you think about it, this lady is probably in her 80s or 90s. She's probably
a double quarter at a Mac too.
She's probably in some rest home telling all the gentlemen and all her friends and the aides, and they don't believe her except for this one guy who remembers it back from 1975 or something. Honey, if you're still alive, God bless you. That's all I gotta say.
Some nuggets in a Mac too.
I couldn't do it, man. I'm afraid they would really tour into it.
Would you like a Mac too with that?
I'm never eating McDonald's again.
Stop.
Don, they can't see Shane losing it, but they can hear his
my God.
wheezing.
Oh
You
yeah.
want
my
some
God.
extra sauce with your Mac too?
Oh no.
Dude,
No.
if she did that with a hamburger, I don't know. If she did that with a hamburger, I don't know what I would have done. Oh my God. Stop it.
Oh.
Sorry,
We're only-
podcast.
We're only 32 minutes into this thing and you're making me cry here. I haven't dropped a cigar yet, but oh my God.
Yeah, being the keyword.
Played Poda. Thank you. I had fun playing Poda. I ended up hitting 2 parks on Saturday. Jennifer came out with me on one of them. And everything. It was fun. She helped me. That woman's good. She knows how to roll out that ABR coax to the end fed.
Did she watch Mike's video so that it doesn't? She can just talk.
She already knew how to do that. Her father.
There you go.
I'll bet you her father taught her how to do that. So that's a good man. That's how you know you got a good woman there. You know, if she can roll up and roll out coax, man. You that's a keeper. That's a keeper.
And if she'll record your CQ call, even better.
I gotta have her do that. You know something though? She did fall asleep, and I was thinking, how do I take off and scare the hell out of her? But that would have probably ruined the relationship, or that would have put a severe test. You know, and when you got such a good girl who knows how to POTA with you and do all these things, why ruin it, right? But no, POTA was fun. I used the Reliance antenna, and from Matt, and that thing just played. I used the K8 MRD heavy duty 32-foot mast from Gigapart.
Oh, you have a POTA 32?
The POTA 32, 33H. I have the H.
Not the HD.
Oh, just the H.
Did you use Mike's K8 already for 5% off?
I think I did.
Sorry.
That's a nice mash, you guys.
The difference is just the tip.
That's a nice mash. I had fun though. I had fun, and thanks to everybody on the bands who gave a shout out, to us here on Clubhouse. Thank you very, very much. It's always great when you work with people and they mention Clubhouse and they throw in a little zinger here and there. It's always fun. So thank you guys.
That is fun, yeah.
So that's me.
Joe,
move on to somebody else before I get in trouble.
Yep.
I gotta start taking notes because I never remember what I've done. I didn't do nothing. Saturday I went out a little bit. I've been kind of in this depression mode. It's like I keep waiting on UPS to show up, and they're never gonna show up.
Oh, have you still not got it?
I still ain't got it. No.
Yep.
What antenna?
I'd file a claim.
What antenna is this?
So the ATOS, that funny looking shaped one y'all got.
Yeah, it's a great antenna.
Yeah, so I got me an 891, and I ain't got no antenna to
yeah, he would be enjoying it right now if it actually show up.
Yeah.
Damn it, Richard,
what the heck is this man doing?
20 gifted
subs. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Richard.
That's more work for me. All
That's
right.
one way to get noticed in the chat.
Let
Go
me
ahead,
see
Chad.
here. Ian Karen. Yeah, that's a lot.
I didn't have shit to talk about.
That's a lot of names.
Hold on. All right, Ian Karen, Dave, K1TXU, Bill Rogers, the K Thor. God, I can't see that over there. K0. I'm going to move that, pop that chat out. Right over
Evan
there.
Barchek. Yeah, Evan Barchek's name in there. Holy Christ.
T.O. got one.
Here. Hold on there. Let's see. Well, if you've got it, Steve, take off.
Oh. Well, let's see. You said Thor, K0, TJT, Badger N, Lawrence Tazo, Papa Mike, Sean Wasteland, Temporarily Offline, Drone
Look at
Oki,
there.
Jason N3YAZ, Amateur Signal Network, Ham Radio Tectonics, our buddy
Talk
Bill.
faster.
Yeah. Ham Till It Hurts,
Right.
Tom KZ8TOM, and Matt. Looks like Chad, Chris, Jeff, and Evan Barchek.
Congratulations, sons.
So,
A lot of good people.
And thank you, Richard, for the 20 gifted, man. You're amazing. Always. Thank you
Great
so
man.
much.
Great man.
Scott says he just bought an ATOS and his came in today.
there's one for sale on Facebook right now for $170. I'm thinking about buying a third one.
You got two already?
Yeah, I've got one on the truck, and I've got one that I switch between the two cars.
Oh.
That way I can just put one on each car and be done with it. Have it on all three.
I'm
Ready to
sad,
go.
guys.
Why don't you just send me the link?
I'm sad.
It's on Facebook. I got to find it.
My marketplace ain't gonna find your marketplace stuff.
No, it's not on Marketplace. It was in one of the...
Holy cripes,
like,
it's out of
Poda
stock.
group.
They
That's
have already
good.
sold out.
So can we talk about my weekend now?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry, Joe Brett.
Jesus, man.
Your turn. I'm sorry.
Ain't like it's gonna take 2 minutes.
Hold
20.
on. Wait, hold on. Look.
Stretch it out.
I still
What?
had one in my cart. What if it's still there?
Nope. It's on back order.
Try it. Do it right now.
I'll do it while you talk about your weekend.
I throw in a
Check out.
boonie hat, and we'll give it out as a raffle.
My screen's too small.
The requested quantity is not available.
Of course not.
But look at this. I was using, oh goodness, good gracious.
$300 for that thing?
Yep.
Jeez.
Well, no, it's $284 because if you look right there,
Mm-hmm.
look at that discount for $15 if you use
it's 15
K8MRD at checkout.
That's
Hey,
what
yo.
I did.
Oof.
I gotta wait.
So listen, guys, it's
Mike,
not
let
a
us
back.
know if you know when they're gonna get more of it. More of them.
It's not a backpack mask. I mean, it could be if you want, but you know something. When
Be
you're
real.
playing in this, when
How
you're
many
playing,
y'all back?
It's a little thick, isn't it?
but it's strong. Mike is right. That thing. Let me tell you something. That thing.
He got
I
a
used-
blister from working that thing.
I used it with the ABR coax. I mean, listen, it's going to bend slightly, but not like other
It's
masks.
carbon fiber, y'all. It's not fiberglass.
It's not
That's why,
metal.
That's why
Right.
they're expensive.
And if
It's
you
not
get one,
45.
go to Mike's video and get the link to the STLs to get you some new end caps for that thing so you can easily guide
Or
off.
you could email Joe Bratton for a nominal fee. He'll print them for you.
I might try. I don't have ABS
See?
though, so yeah.
It ain't
was
got to be
gonna
an
say,
ABS.
I can't do ABS either.
What's an STL?
I probably could do it, but I don't have it.
It's a 3D printing file.
Oh,
Yes.
is it like a dot JPG or
No,
GIF?
it's a dot STL.
Well, I'm just saying it's a file. It's a file extension.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Okay. So what do you get? So you can do some type of,
So it replaces the top cap,
yeah.
and it's got little wing its on it that has the holes in it for you to clip some rope to,
Oh.
and it's got a screw-on cap, so
And
it
a spike
completely
in the
replaces the stock top cap.
So Mike
And
did
a
that in one
spike
of
at
his.
the
Well,
bottom.
so Mike did that. He says coming soon. Maybe I haven't seen the new. Maybe Mike did that yet already, or
and I'm going to imagine there's going to be a version 2 of this because Mike had a great idea about just like a little clip or something to put the spike in.
Yep.
Should be pretty
Interesting.
easy to add.
Interesting. Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I just drew mine in one of those drive over the mast plates.
Yep, that works too.
But I don't use mine over the tire. Mine goes in the back of the bed. I got one of these big, heavy-duty Rubbermaid totes with a ton of my stuff in it. It's weighted down, and I shove that thing right under there, so I get an extra 5 feet out of it.
Nice. All right.
As well as I don't scratch the sides of the trucks. Because in the past, I take like a fleece or a blanket or something, so when the mast is moving, you're scratching your truck. I don't want to scratch a brand new truck, not yet.
That's why people put it under the tire because it puts it far enough away it doesn't scratch the truck.
It's somehow, some way, it's still going to touch.
Well, so here's the thing: when you buy a new truck,
Yeah.
you scratch it before you leave the dealer.
See?
Didn't
See?
somebody
Put the-
That's what I
didn't somebody else
said.
say that?
That's what I
Somebody
said.
else-
That's what
Ward
I
off
said at the beginning
Murphy.
of the stream.
Just
Somebody
tell
was listening.
Murphy, hey, listen,
Wait.
it's done already.
When Dad bought his red one that I stole from him, that some of you guys have seen at Huntsville, there was a guy buying a truck, paid cash for it, walked outside and kicked a
Yep.
dent right in the door.
Yep.
The dealer's like, "What is he doing?" He goes, "I'm putting the first scratch on it."
Yep.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Rancher I used to know. Come out there, scratch the hell out of the fender of it.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's not an odd thing to do. Has anyone seen the new DX? Did you see Callum's new antenna?
No.
Apparently not.
No.
There's a video
So,
on it. I know that.
There is a video on it, and I don't know if he's put out the assembly video of it, but it's supposed to be faster to assemble and put together than the POTA antenna or the Expedition, the one that I've got. in the
Faster than
garage.
the Expedition?
Faster than the Expedition. DX Commander.
Of course, Mike has seen it already.
I mean, I've seen the video already.
Oh. Yeah, I've been
Some of us
checking
actually
all-
watch YouTube.
You think you think he's marketing more for portable use than home?
Mike, do you
use?
have one? That's an honest question. Did he send you one? You can say no. It is under classics.
I guess it's called the Venture.
I think so.
That's what I'm seeing in the chat. So
Joe Brett, what are you
Well, the
drinking?
chat knows more than I do. So
Joe Brett, what is that? Joe Brett's not listening.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not
I'm trying to find the right.
it's a little baby bottle of
a
Crown.
little baby bottle of Crown.
Yeah, I found that.
Not
Easter
even a
egg hunting.
shot.
No,
Yeah.
I thought it was maple. I thought
You
it was
found that in
maple.
an Easter egg.
Hey, what kind of neighbors you got? I like those
Right?
neighbors.
That's the in-laws, man. I'm digging it.
Do they have a gap between their teeth and they like to spit out
No.
stuff too?
I got a bottle of Buffalo for Father's Day, and then
Look at you.
it was little bottles instead of eggs. There was little bottles hidden for the adults.
That's cool.
That was
Now
all
that's
right.
a
All right,
That's
so
a fun
it is
Easter egg
indeed. It's indeed called the DX Commander Venture Portable Antenna, and once I get the okay from Beer Snack, we may give one away. I think they're awesome.
Oh, interesting.
Let me share this since we're talking radio tonight. Y'all know we don't normally talk radio.
Yeah, that's not normal. But
Share.
who's got the video?
No, Tortoise. It didn't
I
come
do.
with the purple
I'll
bag.
share that in a minute.
Okay.
So yeah, there it is. That is the Venture.
The
And
updated
it's-
plates.
It's 40. It's three wires, but it's like 4 or 5 bands. If only there were a user guide.
See, on mine,
40
on mine,
20 says perfect tune on 40 20 15. Other bands catered for an ATU.
I have
And
a
you can
Raleigh
get 40
coil.
with a little coil.
Okay, see,
with
that's
a
the
coil in
difference.
there.
For me, I used a Raleigh coil for 80,
Yep.
but I can still use 40. And not that I do a whole lot of 80.
And it comes with the
meters, you know,
former
but
and everything.
look
to
at
put
that.
on there.
Hmm.
So anyway, something new from DX Commander.
You know what I
He
don't
has a couple
understand?
videos on that.
You know what I don't understand?
What's
This
that?
DX Commander, this is not brain surgery. You're
Hmm.
going to don't automatic. The ground radios are one thing. We can have 4-hour discussion on ground radios.
Look
Make
at that.
up
He's using
30,
re-expert.
follow what he says, and call it a day. But your vertical wires are very, very simple. I'm a
They
general.
work.
I'm a general. So for 20 meters, I find the middle of the 20-meter band. Let's just say, 14.290. I'm going to cut my wire for 14.290. I'm not going to follow what anyone else does because that's, and everybody seems to be confused about that. That's probably the easiest way. Pick your wires for the band you're going to use and go somewhere in the middle, cut it for that, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. And stop thinking you have to have a flat VSWR. That doesn't really exist.
Anything less than 1.5 to 1, and you're perfectly okay. And he does have some available. He did say, I think they were doing 100
Did
of
you say
them.
5-to-1?
Yeah, he said 1.5.
I was going to say,
like,
anything 2 and under.
Hey, boys.
Say if
2.0.
it's under 2,
Pull
I'm-
back that
I'm
power.
running it.
No, man, 2.0.
He's
Hey,
and under
Roy.
is fine. You're not gonna have bad comms with a 1.7 VSW.
Bag
Come
up,
on.
bag up, Terry. Put it in
Yeah.
reverse, Terry.
Get it down to 1.2, Terry.
Antenna boy.
Y'all bunch of squirrel chasing son of a bitches. Can I finish my weekend story?
Finish your weekend.
Oh, we're still on you?
Yeah, we haven't even got Steve yet.
Nope. It's okay.
That's all right. That's so small. Blended Canadian whiskey. So I'm supporting my Jodies out there.
Is Crown Royal kind of on the low end, or
It
is
ain't
it?
got nothing to do with my weekend anymore. So still waiting on this ATOS, so I get out, I'm like, I gotta do something. So I started to make this video, and I was gonna make a recording where I'm sitting there leaning against my truck waiting for a UPS truck like every day. It's gonna be a long video.
He's sitting out there like Charlie Brown.
But I went out there Saturday, and I'm like, all right. So I took the faceplate to the 891, figured out, do I want to mount it here? Do I want to mount it there? Where I want to put it? I've got everything to remote mount it. Got all the wires. Good to go. I had the antenna mount on there. Took it back off, so I could redo that for the video. And the mount's kind of funky. That's Mike recommended these mounts, for his exploder. It's all right. It stands up a little taller than it does in the picture, and it doesn't quite match the body line exactly, but it's close enough. It'll work. I just need an antenna to put on it. So talking about that, I fall into the Reddit world.
Oh no!
Oh no!
That'll burn a weekend.
Yes. And I see this UPS Reddit.
Oh no!
And there's some employees on there that's like a lot of people talking about, missing packages and stuff. Kind of same situation I'm in. And then some of the employees are like, yeah, well, majority of the sorting process is all machine automated. There's not actually people in there. These packages are going on a conveyor belt, and they get kicked off to the different regions they're supposed to go to.
It's all about the barcode again. See, it's all about that barcode.
And they're like, the box could have fell off the conveyor belt, fell up under the machinery, and who knows when somebody will see it, right? Yeah,
right.
People don't go in there very often.
It's up to the custodian to
and then
put that thing back on the belt.
Somebody had a email address that they was able to email and get their package found and back on the way. So I tried it, and I got a response today from that email, and they was more than happy to begin an investigation on my behalf. They just needed some more details. So I contact Jim. I'm like, Jim, did you send this in the ATOS box, the original box? And he's like, no, it was a square box like light fixtures come in. That's all he could tell me. I'm like, really, Jim? Like a ceiling fan light, like a lavatory light? What kind of lights you talking about?
I want to know how he fit it in a box that small.
A pole lamp?
See, you're thinking that's never. So anyway, he's like, hell, you'll have to ask Andy. And I'm like, that's like Steve going, and just leaving.
Well, Joe.
No, Izzo. Okay. So hang on.
I'm not going to touch this one.
So I'm like, Jim, what Andy do I contact? There's several Andys.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like the other Andy. And I'm like, all right. So I get the other Andy, and I asked him, I said, can you describe the box you sent this to Jim in? And this man right here was golden. The other Andy is on point. He sends me a damn picture of it. So I included that in the email. He shipped it in fluorescent, 4-foot fluorescent tubes would come in.
That's better. Okay. Yeah.
So it's like a 4-foot long box, probably 1 by 1 square. I can describe that, right? So that tells me even more. This shouldn't have got stolen. Who wants to steal some fluorescent bulbs, right? I mean, it could happen if you got a shop, you need some lights in or something, but it don't put it on the high priority list.
But geometrically speaking, those boxes are more prone to falling off the conveyor belt.
Are they? Because I'm thinking, why is that box so big that somebody's just going to miss it? So anyway.
Big boxes are better, though.
Jim had already done a claim with UPS as the shipper. So now I'm starting this thing as the receivee. And I don't know, maybe somebody will come across it and go, oh, hey, there it is, and it'll come on its way. But
I was going to ask you this, and I apologize for interrupting too early.
That's perfectly fine. I'm sorry to be so snappy.
No. That's my.
I was just afraid if I let you go, then Shane would go.
But here's
I just
the
got
thing.
all three of you.
When I ship something, when I take a box, when I go to reuse a box,
Right.
I learned the most important thing to do is remove any other sticker barcodes, because you don't want that shipping facility to see different barcodes from who knows if it's, maybe I'm being superstitious or maybe I'm 100% right. Get rid of all those barcodes. And only, because
that's important. And now there's another important thing that I didn't think about, or I would have asked Jim to do this, and I didn't think about it till now. But a lot of times, a lot of places now, especially if it's overseas that you order something from, they require.
You're your neighbor has an ATOS.
For those of you on the podcast,
They ordered-
Sam Radio Tectonic says, meanwhile, check to see if your neighbors have an ATOS they didn't have last week.
Some wife
They
is in
wouldn't
the
know what to
kitchen
do with
right now saying, I ordered a pole lamp, and instead we got this thing, this big black thing now. What am I supposed to do with this?
Easy. Okay. So yeah. So
It's large, it's rigid, and it's black.
when
They hold an antenna like nobody's business.
when you order
that's the
something
33H.
from a retailer, and you open the box, what do you usually find inside that box? You find your invoice.
Another box.
And
You find your invoice in there somewhere.
your
right?
invoice should be in it, correct.
Your invoice has your name and the shipping address and all that on it, right? So I found out through my research that commonly, if a shipping label gets mutilated or damaged to where they can't read it, they will open the box to look for the invoice for a packing slip.
Uh-oh. Interesting. I didn't
So
know
they,
that.
so they can relabel it and send it on its way. So I was like, yeah, well, I mean, if it fell off and fell under the table and nobody's seen it, that's not going to help. But if the shipping label gets messed up, so if you're shipping something to a friend, or something, throw the address in
note.
there. Yeah,
note in there.
put a note in
inside.
So is it possible that someone is using your antenna and they used it over the weekend for Support Your Parks Week and had a great
It's
time?
probably
And now,
so. And this is the thing. So on the tracking information, it says it arrived at the Memphis facility, which that means it could be in the Mississippi River or on the side of a dirt road somewhere.
Yeah.
It could mean
Did
a
you
lot of
ask
things.
Mississippi what they did with it?
Well, the Mississippi River, not necessarily meaning Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, it's a rough place. If it actually made it to Memphis, it's very likely it was dumped out in a dumpster somewhere with a lot of.
I have a serious question for you. You've
With
had
ballots?
some, you guys have had some inclement weather. I know a lot of times, a lot of places shipping gets slowed down or halts.
The tornado
There-
come through before Jim shipped it, and so that shouldn't have been a factor. It's been
Okay,
decent
all right,
weather
then,
since.
then we'll take that one off the
Yeah.
chalkboard.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Ever since. So anyway, I have a friend that is like a manager or something. He's got a title in the UPS world. So I send him the tracking number, and he looks it up in their system, and he's showing that it's still in Huntsville, Alabama.
So it was never sent.
Well, my tracking information never says nothing about Huntsville. It started in Montgomery. That's where Jim's at. That's south of Birmingham. That's way south of Huntsville. Now, it probably would go to Huntsville or something and then go to Memphis, whatever. Who knows? But, so I don't know.
Knows how they do shipping.
When I've had packages lost before through the regular mail service, I had a contact at the local post office that he could see where it last was scanned in at, and he could contact that warehouse and ask them, hey, can you look for this? And every time it would be found and sent on its way. So I'm just hoping maybe,
I feel bad that we live so far away because I would let you borrow my ATAS for a while. See, that's what friends do.
Yeah.
right.
You're I feel bad, Joe.
So I've got a backup plan, right? So I want mobile HF on my way to Dayton or Xenia, whatever. I do have a multi-band antenna that includes some HF, but it's not adjustable. So that means I'm going to have to hook up my LDG tuner in line with this. And then when I get to Ohio, I can find one somewhere, I guess, probably. But, and maybe
Did Jim
maybe Mike
over-
could come along and work another deal, because last year Mike come along, I was looking at radio, and he started doing his salesman thing, and he got a pretty good price on the radio, but I didn't really want the radio. I really just wanted to stand in the guy's shade because I was about to die.
That's how deals are made, aren't they?
That's the only reason I was going back and forth with this guy about this radio. I mean, if it was cheap enough, I would have took it, but I didn't need the radio. I just needed his shade for a minute.
Sounds a little warm up there.
Yeah, and then Mike gets all mad and pissy at me. He's like, man, I just worked this deal for you. Didn't even want us to know. I just wanted to cool off for a minute. Appreciate it, though.
There's a price for everything.
There was one guy in the back of the boneyard that had like a little tent set up, and he had a fan in there. And I went back, and because I was going to buy some little mobile antennas from him. He had them dirt cheap and little rubber ducks. And I was going to buy them just like to give out or whatever. And I go back and he's not there. And I took a break in his tent too because he had some of those squirrel cage fan blowers. I just chilled out there.
So, Joe, what do you want
in
the perfect world? You leave your home QTH, you get on the road, you head towards Ohio. What bands, regardless of the type of antenna you have or want, what do you want to work? You want to go anywhere from like 10, 15, 20, like what do you want to do while you're driving?
10 meters all the way, baby.
I would want to start at 6, actually.
Really?
6 is always
under 70 centimeters.
Yeah, 6 is my start for. That's when I turn the radio on the shack. I start at 6, throw my call sign out.
See, I should do that then.
And when 6, a good way to test 6 is to listen for the FT8 on 313, 50.313. If you, but it's hard to get people will be on FT8, but they won't be on sideband on voice. But
how about 52.525?
Well, that's FM. I mean, you're liable to get some. Yeah, that used to be all I would do because I didn't have sideband mobile, but I had 6 meter FM mobile. I had some fun contacts with that, but yeah, I would just move up from there. A few calls out on 6 and hear nothing, go to 10.
Work your way down. Yeah, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
now this antenna that you will be using, is it one of those where you got to get? Is it change the whips for different bands or?
No, this is it's a Comet HV something. It's a 5-band antenna, so it's got 2, maybe 440, 2 meter, 6 and 10, and then you have a horizontal whip that comes off of it.
I've seen those.
I can change those for different bands. I got like 4 different bands on it. Because I think with the tuner, I could put like the 15 meter element on it and work 20 and 17 too. It's been a long time since I used it for that, but
Cushcraft used to have this device where you could screw in. It was almost like the umbrella.
Yeah, and I don't know how it's going. I'm afraid it's not going to work out too well because my antenna mount's going to be on the hood.
Put a 40 meter ham stick and run a tuner.
I have 2 40 meter ham sticks. But I don't have anything to mount it to.
You know.
Well, I do. I mean, I got some mirror brackets. I guess I could lock it onto the luggage rack.
You can make it work.
Run me a ground wire to the mounting
Tri-mag. Tri-mag. Right.
I ain't got one yet.
I don't know that I'd do a tri-mag at 70 mile an hour.
No,
you take some bungee cord, man. That thing ain't gonna go nowhere.
I do want
to go horizontal, man, and all of a sudden Joe's signal gets better.
I do want to try mag for this 2 meter antenna I got, the MFJ's Big John. I don't know what size it is.
Joe, say that again.
Big John.
Okay. Make sure I heard that right.
That will add 6 dB right off the bat.
I have a Big John.
Dude, I run my
mounted to your bumper or
no, it's not mounted at all. I used to have it on my pickup truck, mounted to the toolbox. But I got so tired of having to stop and fold it back to go under the carport that I took it off and put a little quarter wave on there. So it's just sitting in the toolbox.
I run the ATAS on those on a heavy duty tri-mag. Ground that thing just even on 40.
How wide is a truck bed? To put it in perspective, Big John's in my toolbox, laying across the toolbox, and it's bowed in the toolbox. It's too big to go all It's wider than the width of a truck bed.
Got a little curve to it.
It's longer than the width of whatever I'm saying.
There's a curve to the left or there's a curve to the right?
Depends on how you put it in. Depends on how you put it in.
It all depends how you put it in or where you're going in.
You get a Mac 2 of that thing.
What kind of tunnel you're going in.
That's right. That's right.
If you know, you know.
You got to be careful with your whip when you go in the tunnels and stuff. Can't just be.
We are talking about radio, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
All right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
How are you talking about?
We're all 13. It's fine.
This is K5YVY Friday.
So how are you going to power the HF radio?
With the car battery.
So you already have that wire already installed?
It's the car battery.
That's what I'm saying. So you've already dressed it already.
No. I haven't installed anything yet, but I've got it planned out, and I've got everything in the box over here.
Because
Joe,
temporarily,
this is going in the Tahoe.
Yes.
okay.
So you already
'cause
have the 2 meter, right?
Yes.
So why not just power pole that and
yeah.
run a splitter over to the
Yeah.
HF? Because that goes to the car battery, doesn't it?
I need to look to see how many amps the 891 pulls at 100 watts sideband.
23.
That's too much then.
I was going to
23
say,
amp, I
with
think,
Joe's
21
voice, it'll
amps.
hit 23, 25.
Yeah. On swing. Yeah. When that thing swings over.
So you know,
yeah.
I did the diabolical power source for my 2 meter. I got it run into the 12 volt accessory, or commonly known as the cigarette lighter plug.
Okay.
And most people are like losing their minds, and I had to put it in my video that where it's in the freaking paperwork in the owner's manual that it's rated for 20 amps. It's got some
Wow.
girthy wire on
Because
it.
back in the day, those cigarette lighter receptacles were either 3 amp or 5 amp. 3 amp was
Yeah, I mean, it's
CB
So-
only. CB only.
I did state
Stock
in that
CB.
video, definitely check the material on your vehicle to see what it's rated for, because they're not all
Well,
rated for that much.
I bet
Alright,
you if it actually came from, if it had like a cigarette lighter plug in it at one point, it was way more than 3 amps, because that was a
Or a
direct
cigar
short
lighter.
to heat that thing up.
Yeah, right.
Frank, thank you for the $5 super chat.
No, I guess I could turn it down to 20 or 50 watts anyway.
Of course you can.
I mean, according to Mike, you should never run a radio more than 69 watts. So
You're right.
But that's
Or
back-
Joe Brett, again, for what I was doing, I
Thank
had
you,
the
Frank.
BioEnno 40 ampere hour battery box in the back of the truck. Power.
So-
you can power stuff like that even temporarily.
So this is
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah. I don't know how many models of Tahoes that this is prevalent on, but mine is a 2011, and under the hood, there's another battery tray. I could put a dedicated battery.
Absolutely.
I would just have to charge it myself, because I'm not going to try to tap into the.
Use what's called a battery isolator in between. So your stock battery will only be used for starting the vehicle and the original, and then the other batteries for all your accessories that you want to go with it.
There you go. Yeah. So
The way
yeah,
to do it.
it's already got a tray there, and I've thought about that. So
that would work.
options. And the new thing I got to figure out is this new work vehicle I got. They took my Hemi away from me. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what'd you get now?
bastards.
So
Would you-
I got me a little SUV now. Which
Ford?
I like it. It's a 2025. I've got a plan. I'm debating on putting the 2 meter back in it or not, but I've come up with a plan.
Well, you're saying new work vehicle. Speaking of that, did you see what Florida just got for Highway Patrol for their new work vehicle?
I did. Talking about that, let's go back to Mississippi and police
Yeah.
sports cars. You ought to Google Mississippi's Highway Patrol Mustang
Uh-oh.
and see what pops up. It's going to pop up in pieces.
Oh, Lord.
Somebody decided to take it on the pursuit this weekend, and let's just say it didn't go back to the station.
Uh-oh.
Is the officer okay?
Yeah, most
The
important.
officer's okay.
Good.
The guy who's chasing ain't. But
No.
yeah.
Shit happens
There's-
there.
Womp womp.
What? Car parts
When-
were
when-
going
when
after
you
the
see-
bag?
Yeah. The picture of it, one of the tires just laying in the road, the car's off in the ditch.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but is that because someone didn't tighten up the lug nuts? I mean,
No.
no.
No, because they
No.
decided to buy a Mustang, and it done Mustang things when you hit the gas.
It exploded.
They did Ford things.
I mean, I think Mustang people will tell you they're hard to handle when you put a lot of power to them or go fast.
Unless you're going in a
It's just-
straight line.
Yeah.
So the back
Anyway,
end did a
but
little
yeah.
crazy thing.
I was just gonna say, was
Florida-
that back
Did a
end
little
making,
two-step.
was that back end making you do a Hail Mary?
They're making me do nothing. I wasn't driving it. But
You know, we're
But yeah,
an hour
Florida-
in,
Florida's
and we
got
still
that
haven't finished
Corvette.
introductions.
Yeah. It's a show about nothing.
Steve! KO4AFL. Tell us
Steve,
about
how's it
your
going?
week,
Steve,
man.
how's it going, Steve?
Your week.
Wait a minute. While I have this opportunity, and I know And I know that Mike, K8MRD, is in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to say, y'all, we've said how he's one hell of a dude sometimes, right?
Sometimes.
Last year for Christmas, I believe it was, he went down to Vern Six's. What's Up with Six?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't part of it, YouTube channel. Go check it out. And he gifted this guy and installed, didn't know he was going to install, but he did, some new big old batteries for his RV. And that was just, an emotional video for a lot of us. Guys, I don't know if you've seen What's Up with Six's post this past week, but Mike visited him again and helped him with an erection. And that's a dude right there. You go down to another dude's house and you helped him get that thing erect.
Was he putting something up?
Yeah, he got a second tower up.
Oh,
Got a second
cool.
tower up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Vern finally got his tower up.
I couldn't help it, man.
Oh, now I know what you guys are talking about.
I see. It's long and stiff, he says. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I seen the picture where it was almost dark and they was pulling it up, and I was like, man, look, that Mike done helped him.
Look at that thing sticking up in
Helped
the
him with that
air.
erection.
Ain't that pretty?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
All right, I'm done. Steve, tell us about yourself.
That's right, Julie. Oh my.
Introduce yourself to everybody.
Oh, no. I actually found parts to a tower here locally.
Oh,
So
Excellent.
I got to figure out if it's 25 or 45. So I got to take the
does it really
calipers
matter?
out there.
I mean, they both work.
I don't know that Roan 25 will handle that step IR.
Oh, you're keeping
I was
it?
just gonna ask you that.
If it's
Gonna
Roan
keep it?
45, I'm going to keep it. I just got to find a top section with a
A
flat
new
top.
rotator. We need a new rotator too.
No, the rotator's fine. I just need to fix the brake on it.
I thought it threw a shoe or something.
Well,
A bearing, yeah.
the brake tongue on it, I think, is busted. But I have two others I can scavenge for parts.
Okay.
Since you
Steve from
can't
an old
get-
man. Steve from an
Yeah.
old man. I'm going to use the analogy. If you had a 15 horse lawn tractor, and then you go down and you get an 8 horse, and then you I think you're going to see that with the Roan. I know every application is going to be different. And unless you feel your 25 is really what's going to mean, I think you're going to miss the 45. Something tells me.
So I didn't have Roan 45 before. I had an Illuma tower.
Oh, I thought all this time that was a 45.
No,
that broke
that
and
was
fell.
that was an Illuma tower.
Okay.
And I'd noticed if I was outside and Shane was playing radio, when he'd turn the step IR, it would twist that tower a little bit.
That's not good.
It would wrench it a little bit, like
Yeah.
there's
So-
some torque up there.
I'm thinking if it's Roan 45, I just need to get another section with the flat top so I can put the thrust bearing on it and find a new mast to go in the rotator, because somehow that's got a little bit of curve to it.
Not supposed to.
Your antenna rotator it do like that.
Mhm.
Well, the mast pipe.
The mass pipe, yeah.
Well, that means it's been torqued a little two times.
Well, when
Some Mac 2 on it.
when the tower folded and it came down about 8 feet,
Well, that'll do it.
that sudden stop hanging that
Yeah, that'll do it.
heavy
Well, you
step
can't-
IR out there.
You can't be using no Radio Shack mass, son. That's the problem. You got to get yourself some heavy duty.
I was using the mast that came with the tower. I'm not saying it's the right one, but that's what I was using.
And how old was that mast?
Older than me.
All
Let me
right,
tell
then.
you,
Well, then, all right, then.
you want a mass pipe, you don't never have to worry about. You got to get one like me. You get you about a 20-foot stick of cast iron old water pipe.
Okay.
Good to go.
I was gonna say drill stem, but water
put-
pipe
it-
works too.
Black
Why
iron
not?
pipe.
It puts a lot of extra weight on the top, but
It does, but
it'll break the tower before it breaks the mass pipe, which is kind of what your problem is, right?
But you know that's not a bad idea. I like it.
Steve, let me ask you though, what type of rotor? It ain't a Ham 4 or something like that, is it?
Yeah, it's a ham 4.
All right. Well, I need to send you some pictures. I got a toolbox full of rebuild parts. I may have a
Oh.
brake.
Okay. Yeah.
If I don't have the brake, other buddy, my great uncle used to rebuild rotors for everybody in North Mississippi and surrounding states, and they would last forever.
Okay.
So I've got some of those
He's got
parts.
bearings for days.
Well,
It's
like I
big
said,
bearings.
I've got 2 more of those
Big
rotators,
balls.
but if I don't have to tear them apart,
I got just a general question here.
Mhm.
You're not the only one, Steve. Watching Team Replay here and other stuff, guys seem to be having a problem with their rotors. Do you think the
Are they
quality of the
over
rotor?
rotating?
No, I think
Or are
it's
they
the
putting too
quality.
much antenna on it?
Or no, I'm gonna go back.
Might need to go get them rooted.
Those are all valid questions, but my point is, I'm wondering if the parts today structurally are not as good as what they were 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Well, we know that. I mean,
Yeah.
we know they using cheaper material. Oh, Joe Brett's out. Bye, Joe Brett. Oh, he's
no,
getting
he's
parts.
looking for the parts right
He's
now.
getting
He-
the parts.
he's gonna go
send
look for
them to you
parts.
tomorrow. Yep,
Stop
you'll be
everything.
getting them in the
Stop
mail
the
tomorrow.
show.
Yep.
If
Well-
you all got to pee right now, refresh your drink.
as well.
Joe, come.
if he sends them to me, I'll send him my extra ATOS so he can use it on his way to date.
There you go.
Oh,
If he
look,
sends
he even
you
turns
these-
the lights on for that
Turns the
one.
lights on.
If he sends you these parts, I want to see the tracking on those parts to make sure they go.
Exactly.
You might as well send them USPS because
And I want to see the
No.
invoice. He
No,
better
so-
create an invoice for you. Put it in the box.
Since we're talking shipping, UPS dropped a package off at my door
Lucky
a
you.
couple weeks ago. No, well, yeah, lucky me. The label had my address on it,
I was going to say, they didn't have my name on it.
but
I got 3 ATOS.
Well-
An ATOS.
no, there was no name on it.
Some bitch to be a free ATOS.
Another big
No,
black thing comes.
Shane,
in the
it gets better. It gets better.
Oh,
There was
all
no
right.
name on
Very
it.
phallic. Oh, and it wasn't a random bag of dicks.
No, I
Okay.
picked it up and it was way too heavy to be a random bag.
Oh, somebody sent you a boat anchor.
No better. It was 900 rounds of 5.56.
Hey, that got lost in the mail.
It did.
Some poor guy right
I mean,
now is
you
like
didn't-
cussing.
You didn't open up something that wasn't addressed to you.
No, it had my
Nope,
address on it.
But it didn't have your name on it.
There was no name on it.
Okay, hey.
So even better.
finders, keepers.
It's a setup.
My neighbor 3 doors
is.
down came by and rang my doorbell,
Hey, you got any 556?
and he
Can I
goes,
can borrow?
I think a package of mine got delivered. Yeah, exactly. He goes, I think my package got delivered to you. I said, if you can tell me
You
what
better
was in
keep
it,
your package to yourself, son.
if you can tell me what was in it, I will turn it over.
556.
Well, he told me exactly which manufacturer it was.
Well, shit.
So I was like, "Yep, that's yours." And he's a good Navy guy, so
And be a good neighbor too.
be a good neighbor. He's a good guy.
Did you say, let me see your Gatling gun? Let me see that belt fed?
No, my AR's better.
There you
Is
go.
it belt fed? No.
No.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah. I would
Probably were supposed to leave that on the ship, see?
We are live on YouTube right now. I will
No,
neither confirm nor deny.
That's not 556. That's BAR is what that is.
Every
That-
fourth round of
DOG.
tracer?
That's what left. That's a box that left the ship.
Y'all gonna pay me?
How come each one of these got a red tip on it?
Shut up, Shane.
Yeah, I know.
Oh shit.
Damn it.
Wait a minute. I got one for that, too.
Screw you. But you're talking ship at USPS? My lovely bride ordered something on Amazon. They shipped at USPS back on the 10th. It
Have you
started.
filed a claim yet?
No, because Amazon won't let me. It
10th of
started
what
out in
month?
You
Ohio,
filed one
Of
through
what month?
USPS.
Of what
Wait.
month? March or April?
April. So 12 days ago. It started out in Ohio, and right now it's sitting in Dallas. Is the last tracking
Where is
I
that?
have
I'll
on
go
it.
get it.
Go get it, Jake.
The post office.
Which one? There's about 600 of them around
It's
here.
probably the one at Love Field.
Well, yeah. We don't have one in Love Field. It's a DFW.
Oh,
If it's
okay.
going to be air.
Well, I don't know. It's freaking vitamins. So I don't care. But
Oh. It's
But
not
yeah.
an ATOS.
no, it's not an ATOS. We're not going to tell Joe that Jim sent it to me instead. But
Right.
Went South Carolina, Mississippi, South Carolina. That's close. Yeah.
yeah, close enough.
Right?
But other than that, I didn't get to go out and play Poto this weekend.
That's a damn
Unfortunately.
shame.
Yeah, apparently Dana had a dog get loose at the shop, and it decided to tear down the mini blinds. So I ended up hanging mini blinds on Saturday. And then Sunday we had to do the family Easter thing.
Could just put up tinfoil.
A
Use
sheet,
Windex. If you use Windex, the tinfoil will stick to your window too.
Yeah.
a bath towel will do it.
Damn it, that would have been cheaper too.
Yeah.
Go to Walmart, get yourself some bath towels and some tacking nails, and boom.
And spray it down with that bitter apple spray so the dogs won't chew on it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dog
Hey,
got
I
out of
went-
an airline crate. Pulled
Really?
the metal door in on an airline crate and got
What
out
kind
and
of
tore down the blinds.
what kind of teeth and jaw does this dog have for crying out
Doodle.
loud? Really?
Yes.
Mastiff.
Mastiff.
Mastiff doodle.
Freaking crazy
Mastiff
ass
doodle?
But no. Shane, how was your weekend?
Oh
know
my
you-
God! Is it my turn?
You did balloon things, so
An hour
let's
and
see what you got.
17 minutes in. This is good.
I got to play with fire.
Steve, I located my parts box. This at the very bottom of everything else, so just remind me.
Yeah.
I know I got gears and stuff in there.
So I got to play with fire this weekend, which is our inaugural kickoff event.
Spell
let me
that.
share.
Spell that word for us.
Don't spell or don't mouth on stream. Present screen share. That one, no audio. Share. Well, I had the pleasure of taking the little lady out this weekend.
Okay.
Down
Nice
to
pictures. Yep.
our first event. This was down in Horseshoe Bay, down near Austin, Texas. So we had a blast, as always. We had our group. We had Annie the Ladybug, and we had Ziggy the Raccoon.
There you go.
Which I just noticed that she's got some grass in her nose, so I got to go clean her out.
Well, you sure
I don't know
that's
what she's been
grass?
I don't know what she's been sniffing down there in Austin, but it left it left a note.
Got up
Being that
pretty
it's
fast.
Austin.
It happens. So we had a couple. We only got to stand the balloons up a couple days or a couple of the days that we were down there because the winds were terrible. So I got to play with fire. So I've never. This is a new feature in StreamYard. Let me add the stage. There we go.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah. So we choreographed fire to the playlist that was being played, and so I got out there and burned some propane. But
Let me light my cigar with that.
yeah.
It was,
That's some-
17 million BTU each burner.
And
Now it's got to be hot under there, right?
It was very hot under there.
Did you lose a couple pounds?
Normally we don't feel it because it goes up in the balloon and stays up there. But
what's the flow rate on the propane there?
well, they're at 145 psi going into the burner.
Lord.
And this is the blast valve, so that's why we got a blue flame on each side. So propane goes up through the, I don't know if you can't see my mouse, but propane goes through the coils and increases the pressure by the time it gets down there, and that's why you get those really cool tall
So why are
flames.
you moving it?
Because I'm dancing to the music. There's music in the
But,
video.
okay, let me rephrase that. What would be the purpose of moving it with a balloon above it?
You don't. Well, so if you fly into like a wind shear, the balloon will move into the wind before the basket does.
So you want to move the flame away from the balloon.
You want to tilt the flame to the center of the balloon. You don't
Right.
want to tilt it backwards or it burns
Okay.
fabric.
That was my
That would not be
concern.
good.
That's not good. Even I know that.
Yeah. So that was fun. Got to play with some propane. And then the second night, we kind of took over the show, and one of our media people went up to the DJ that was playing up on stage and was like, "Hey, we need you to play these 3 songs because we kind of do this thing all the time." And so we had them play Thunderstruck and 2 other ones. I don't remember what they were.
Nice.
Can you do
This-
them individually?
Hold on.
Wow.
Yeah, that was loud.
Oh,
I
I
can
thought
do-
that
yes.
was people. Awesome.
Each
I
individual
don't want to see no
burner-
more.
Each individual oh, in the sky. Yeah, that was the coming.
So
of
that's
Jesus.
one way of getting rid of all of the mosquitoes.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So this one we crossed the streams is what we like to call it. So the wind was blowing, so it didn't look as cool as it normally does. But we point the two flames at each other, and then we have one that like points up to the center, and that was a lot of cool. That was a lot of fun. But there was music and everything in the background. Crap. Yeah, it was really, really windy.
Is that a body in the background floating?
See,
that's a kite. Those are kites.
Those are kites.
Yeah. But anyway, that was cool. Getting to play with fire. So yeah, that was my weekend.
Pyrotechnic.
Yes, very much so.
How much?
How much propane did you go through?
All of it.
30 gallons.
All of it.
All of it.
At how much per gallon?
Left.
At how much per gallon?
It was free. The event paid us.
Yeah, is that as loud for y'all as it was me?
Yeah, it was really loud.
Sorry.
But yeah, it was a good time. And that was
cool.
the kickoff. I'm officially booked for 3 events. So if you live near Oklahoma City, I'll be at the Coal Creek Winery in August and September. And if you're near Joplin, Missouri, I'll be at the Route 66, the old racetrack for Route 66 at the rebuilding. I'll be there in August as well. So come see us. We have fun.
August what?
The Route 66 will be...
I know where Joe Brett's going with this.
Right. That'll be August the 29th through the 31st.
Oh,
and
okay.
the Coal Creek will be August the 8th through the 10th.
Huntsville's still in the schedule.
Huntsville's still there.
So my only weeks off.
You only need to take off the whole
15th
month.
and the 22nd. Yeah. The weekend of the 15th and the weekend of the 22nd are my day off.
That's all right.
Now.
It'd be good to see you, man.
Yeah.
You coming to the winery? They'll see you in Joplin?
No, you're coming to Huntsville.
Who you talking to, son?
You.
They don't pay me to come to Huntsville. They pay me to go these other places.
I thought we were going to fly the balloon from Monsanto.
We could do it from the parking lot at Huntsville.
We've got that big parking lot up there by the lodge.
But it's breezy up there.
But what if you stayed tethered? Would that work or no?
I can.
I think that's what he was talking about.
Yeah. We tether to Shane's truck, my truck, and Jason's truck. That'll hold it
To the
down.
pavilion, man.
Well, I told Jason we need to have a practice run at his deer lease. I need 3 vehicles up at his deer lease, and we can go run the balloon up to about 150 feet on the ropes and play ham radio.
Put an antenna on that basket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Nice vertical or whatever.
Or you can run a in-fed half wave down one of the tile flights.
There you go.
Roll call for Hamvention.
Won't be there.
Nope.
See?
Can't.
No,
Not yet.
I'll see you there, Jody.
That's James.
But I
James, I'm sorry.
Quirky.
My bad, Quirky. I'm so sorry. I'll see you there, Quirky.
I tell you what, if I get told again this year, well, why didn't you just go? There are going to be words.
So I did notice when I'm up in Joplin, there's 3 POTA parks, like right there.
What states are we looking at here? Missouri?
That's Missouri. Yep.
Missouri.
Missouri,
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Is that
Missouri.
northern Missouri or southern Missouri? Because
Southern Missouri.
Okay, so that's Missouri. If you go up further north, I think it turns to Missouri.
How far is Kyle from there?
He's in
Other
St.
side.
Louis.
Yeah, he's still in Missouri.
Other side of the state, though.
He's going to be way
Not
up
far
there.
from Kyle, it starts turning to Missouri.
Well,
So
okay,
I'm going to be down here.
what's the topography? Is it pretty flat, or what do you got out there?
Yeah, it's flat. It's Kansas. Of course it's flat. So we might try to activate all 3 of these the weekend that I'm up there. So
I see 5.
well, I can't go too far from where we're at
No.
here.
Right.
But I'm curious because that's at
1, 2,
11.
3,
That's at 11:076. Has that been activated before? Oh, 21 times.
You're late to the party.
You ain't
I
getting
thought
an
I was
18
gonna- I thought I was going to get an ATNO out of that. And then my other spot is up here outside of Oklahoma City. see. It's near Tuttle, so I won't have any Poda Parks close enough while we're up there, but might grab something on the way home or the way back. That'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. So what is that from your house? We talking
about 3 hours.
3 hours up? Yeah.
Yeah, to this one, and then 4 hours up to Joplin, Missouri.
Any Buc-ee's up there in that area?
I don't know. I'm sure there is. There's one on the way out of Dallas, or a couple out on the way out of Dallas.
Rumor is I'm getting a Buc-ee's here in Charleston.
Really?
Yeah. I'm afraid. I'm very afraid.
Of what? Why not?
Don't be afraid of those barbecue sandwiches. They're pretty good.
Oh no! I love the barbecue sandwiches. I'm afraid of how much money my wife's going to spend over there.
Who cares? Who cares?
I have not had the brisket there. Every time I go to a Buc-ee's, it's the beaver nuggets and the Texas cheesesteak.
See, you're missing out. Their stuffed tenderloin that they have over in the frozen section.
Yeah.
I heard it. Don't they have
frozen
like
section?
like a cinnamon roll?
What the hell do I want some frozen food for when I'm on the road?
Take it home with you.
Take it home.
Buc-ee's is no less than 6 hours away, no matter where I go. And
Really?
that's including the one in Mississippi.
Buc-ee's, if you're listening, Connecticut, please.
No, I'm sorry. There's one 3 hours up in Athens before you get to Huntsville.
I stopped on my way back from Orlando at the one in Daytona and filled up my cooler with stuff and brought it home. That's like 5 hours.
What would it take for you to ship me something? Or are we going back to this whole shipping thing?
Yeah.
Dry ice it?
Yeah, dry ice it.
Or is it not going to have
easy.
the same? But I wonder if it won't have the same taste.
Yeah, it will.
You just gotta say how to bring your ass to Texas. We got plenty of Buc-ee's around here.
Any Buc-ee's
everywhere.
Please come to Connecticut. Please come to Connecticut. Can we please just do something in one of the trucks?
They'd have to call it something different.
Oh,
they
Lord.
don't. They don't have to.
Ocala's getting a Buc-ee's 2 years from now.
Where the hell's Ocala?
Damn it.
Is that Florida?
Yeah, that's Florida.
That's Florida.
That's the
FL.
middle of Florida.
That's FL.
So, Randy, if you're still watching, we should do this Park 8655
Randy, what's up, man?
On the way.
Hey, Randy.
He's in there. He was in there earlier. Usually,
I still got to send Randy a card back. I'm sorry.
We still got to get him on the
apparently
show.
There's a lot of people got to send Randy some shit. So,
well, Joe Brett got a card from him. I saw.
Mm-hmm.
He got a QSL card.
Did you get a full-on printed QSL card?
Yeah. That's not him.
Send one back on notebook paper.
I'm not going to knock that. I said Mike sent me one on a little piece of notebook paper. Hey, look, I even got... Ah, shit. Damn cameras. Recognize that, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
It's still in the plastic, man. Original old stock. New old stock.
Uh-oh.
Mine's the same
Okay,
way.
Whiskey 4, Victor Fox. I owe him a card. I really slacked on that.
That's probably a South Carolina call.
I think Randy's is still in the house. 3D prints QSL cards.
He's gonna send you a wrench, a coax wrench back, with his call sign on it.
What's wrong with being old, too?
Mike, I like that. We might have to make that into a sticker.
Right?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh, you're 5'9".
Always. But that's all I had.
Again,
Looking forward to
Again.
You're down in the noise.
Again.
Can't pull you out. Next.
QBF again.
Can't pull you out. You're 5'9".
5'9".
Can I tell you what happened to me on, was it 20? I think it was 20 meters this weekend.
Of course.
The first time, so I started POTA in 2018. First time this happened.
Before POTA was POTA.
Did you POTA before Mike in 2018?
No.
Mike's first POTA video.
No.
Do
Mine
some
was
research
I
while you're
was
telling the
I was
story.
I was October of 2018. Well, I started hunting late summer from the house. but I did my first activation in October of 2018, I think it was. Anyway, this guy gets on, and I swear to you, I do the gentleman thing. Is this frequency in use? I listen. I don't spot myself yet. I listen, ask a couple times, make sure I'm all set up. You know, I got the polo going, this and that. Ask again. So maybe band conditions change. It happens, right? All of a sudden, this guy says, another one of those POTA guys taking our frequency again. The gentleman thing to do, right? Sir, I apologize. It's band conditions. I didn't hear you. I'm W1FYG. Who are you? Just to say hello. He wouldn't even give me his call sign. But he wanted to rant. But he wanted to rant to let me know he's holding the frequency or I'm bothering him.
CQ.
You know, it's like...
Yep. So Mike's first POTA video, according to Mike, was August 21st, 2018. His first activation was August 19th, 2018.
I got out there before Mike. That doesn't sound right.
Why not?
Oh, let's see.
Oh.
So I'm looking at Mike's videos.
Youngin, man.
Looking at Mike's videos. I see my first field day in 2018. We have a FT891 and Mac logging software together. My first real Summits on the Air activation. The first POTA that I see, my very first official Parks on the Air activation 6 years ago, 21,000 views.
Wow.
And look at this baby face guy.
Don, your first POTA activation was September 18th, 2019. A year after Mike.
My bad then. My bad. I'm sorry, Mike.
Y'all said so much about Mike. It reminded me of another little rant. Mike sent me something today, this evening.
Uh-oh.
That really grinded my gears, man. And he knew it was going to because it was titled, well, this will just piss you off, won't it?
I was going for that.
And then my reply was, ain't that some shit?
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, so last year I bring my brand new Insta 360 X4 to Huntsville, and
Look at that guy.
Before I get to record any real video with it, it falls over and pops the lens.
Mirror sunglasses at 6 dB.
And I had to send it off and pay $130 to get it repaired and get it back. And well, guess what? They come out with the X5, and you know what the new feature of the X5 is?
What's that?
Replaceable lenses.
Replaceable lenses and a little tool that just takes them right off and puts them right back.
I almost ordered one today.
Also, it comes with a attached foldable selfie stick, so you ain't got to worry about, you can fold it up, fit in your pocket better and all that. But yeah, the replacement lens, you son of a gun. So I may have to get me an X5. Anybody want to buy an X4?
Joe Brett will ship it to you with guaranteed shipping.
Guarantee
Ship
you.
it UPS.
With the invoice inside.
You know, I told Jim, I said, just bring it to Dayton. Nope. Wants to mail it.
You know what's interesting? We've all seen Mike's videos on Parks on the Air, right?
The best one's way
Mike
back.
videos?
Go way back where he used to wear the hockey jerseys.
That is a POTA setup right there. That is bare minimum.
891, no rails. He's not worried about it falling off the
He could have
table.
left the sunglasses on. I mean, that was a little extra.
Yeah.
No, I told y'all you use the sunglasses to see if anybody is behind you.
No hammers.
Paper logging.
Paper
No
logging.
hammers.
Oh my god.
Yep, no hammers.
Oh. Look at that sweet
Oh wait,
891.
hold on. We're gonna make sure we like that video.
Where's that radio at now, Mike?
I think he still has it.
It's mounted in the Explorer.
Takes it
Oh,
in
is
and out
it?
of that Explorer. Look
My
at that
bad, I'm
face. Oh my god. Look
Ooh.
how young.
Youngin. The OG setup.
The question is, what antenna was he using for that?
I think it's in the video. Let me.
I have a guess.
Of course it is. My very first official Parks on the Air.
Yep.
Wow. Pay attention, kids.
kids.
He hasn't changed.
Can y'all hear the audio?
No.
No.
Oh my gosh! I gotta play this. Hold on. Let me stop sharing.
Stop it and share.
Let me
share it with the
reshare
audio.
with audio. You gotta hear this, folks. This is someone telling Mike how to do Parks on the Air.
Oh,
Share screen. All right, with audio this time. Here we go. Let me back this up a couple seconds.
Folks, this is a classic.
This
is a classic,
We
y'all.
love you, Mike. And I love that people that keep this stuff on their channel, that they don't get rid of it.
It's so quiet. It's amazing what happens when you get rid of all your power lines. What's our park designator? Do you know?
So you know what you're up against when what you're getting into?
Not at all.
No.
I know nothing.
All right.
We're getting some tutelage from Mike. Some off the camera tutelage. All right, what do you got?
I was just gonna say
So
he's
we're
probably a
doing,
Michigan.
Pay
parks on
attention,
the
kid.
air.
No.
So that means that we're at a reference area. So when you call out, you're going to call CQ POTA. CQ
Yeah.
POTA Parks on the Air. And you're going to have your hunters coming after you, and they're going to want the designated.
Now, this is an
We
Elmer.
are located at K3315.
K3315.
They may also
We all
be
do
looking
that.
for,
We all do that.
County.
Okay.
And we are in
Livingston.
Oakland County here.
We're in Oakland.
There's a sliver of this park that's actually in Oakland.
It's
Okay,
not
okay.
bad, Mike.
We're in the
Hush.
Oakland County
Yep.
part. Okay.
Yep. I've got a map on my phone called Where Am I? And it's an Android app, but you can probably get one on other
You can say it.
platforms.
iPhone.
So anyway, this is an app you can run. It helps you get your location for counties, because some
Okay.
people are going to be looking for counties.
Yeah.
So, you know, you get your information together.
This is great. I
Especially
did this.
when you think about
Like what I've got here is
how far he's
keep
came.
this-
Oh my
yeah.
gosh,
doing paper
yes.
logging. I can write down
And being deemed Papa
you know,
Poda.
What time
Yep.
somebody
This
works
is where
in,
Papa Poda
call
began.
sign. Yeah, no, good.
Paper logs. Holy
Look
cow.
at
Paper
that.
logs with the POTA logo in the
With
With the
back.
Poda
Poda logo.
logo.
The official
some reference
clipboard.
information. And then as we work people, we got, you know, the time we worked them, their call sign, the band.
Thank you, Mike, for
mode,
the show
RSTs,
programming.
And then here's notes. This
Thanks
would
for the
be,
content,
things
Mike.
Like name,
Make sure
their
you
location. If
go
they're
to
in
Ham
another
Radio
park, they'll
2.
give you a
Like,
designator.
follow,
So you
subscribe,
write that in there.
and
then
join.
This
keep
is
running
fair
log,
use.
and then,
You know
if
something?
got
All the
computer, you
people,
can do it in
new
that as
people
well.
should be watching this.
But, you know,
They
again,
really,
we're
I
just
said that
gonna
very
give out
sincerely.
The information for the park, and you know, they may be looking for band or by mode, or the county hunters
James
will
is-
be looking for you too.
What is this
so
flat stuff they're
you
writing
have
on?
this
Yeah.
information and then just, get your chasers in the log.
And it's gotten serious. The hat has come
Yeah,
off.
hats
Before you
off.
actually find
Yeah.
a hole, you might want to take a spin around the dial and see if you hear any other parks.
See, listen.
Listen.
Find
Maybe
any,
hunt.
other stations,
Grab some park to
special
parks.
event stations, whatever you can. Got one.
There you go. Don't you need like 10 to officially activate it?
Oh,
Ah, I love it.
We gotta park to park. Yeah. Well, I'm going to.
He's nervous. We've all been there.
I
He's
bet you,
nervous.
I
I
bet
love
you
it.
he's still filming on his iPhone too.
You're gonna pass it to each of us, and we're gonna work with the
Oh,
same
okay.
guy from the same park. I need some park-to-park here, so-
Okay. We can do that. What do I say? My call sign in park to park or something?
Yep, you can do that.
Oh my!
That's all of us.
Mike Romeo
That is
Delta,
all
of
Park
us.
to Park.
Kilo 8, Kilo Zulu, the park to park standby, please. Kilo 8, Kilo Zulu.
They hurt me.
They heard me.
Yeah, Roger, this is Kilo 8 Mike Romeo Delta. We're in Kilo 3315.
3315. Thank you for that.
So far back, it was just a kilo park, not a U.S. park.
That's right, Joe. Good call.
QSL.
Thank you very much.
Now he activates a part in 3 minutes
Without spotting himself.
without spotting himself. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. What was we were
This is
supposed
all
to
before
call sign?
Ham Alert, too, guys.
Oh, absolutely.
November 2 Tango. That's NN.
Nostalgia, man. Nostalgia.
November 2 Tango. Fantastic. I've got 2 other guys here with me that would love to work you.
Pass the mic.
Pass the mic.
Back when passing the mic was a thing.
Charlie.
Guy knocked the hell out of his shin getting to that
He
mic.
He did.
Roger, Roger.
Still kept his
Also,
composure.
Did
nine,
it?
and
So
Mike
did.
Barker,
Hold on. Let me
215, Island
pause
Lake,
this.
Michigan, over.
Did anyone else record their first POTA?
No,
No.
I didn't.
I don't remember what mine.
You don't-
Oh,
I have
do remember.
pictures. I have
You
pictures
should.
of my first, but I didn't record it. You know.
there
But
is.
everything that Mike has is what when you think about it, that's exactly what it was all of us. The clipboard, you write everything down, you get yourself settled in. Man, I remember that first time I was nervous as all hell. I kept saying, am I doing it right?
Look at that. Look at this. Look at this.
You're not doing it wrong.
See? Wow. All right. I got to find something. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Uh-oh. We're going deep into the
We are.
archives.
We're going to the archives. Yeah. Because I recorded my first POTA.
Mike makes a good point there in the chat. You got to understand, POTA wasn't a big thing when he made that video.
Yeah,
You're right.
absolutely.
It was
Yeah.
a very it was just coming about. There was no POTA website. There was no. Remember, guys, how we used to have to send our logs into the call,
yeah.
volunteer call
Oh,
region
yeah.
area.
Yep. I still
So
have guys that send in.
My first POTA attempt was at Gulf State Park in down around Gulf Shores or whatever it is, down on the coast.
Let me see if I can find some pictures.
But I don't have video. I posted pictures of it on my Facebook page or whatever. But
We're gonna find an old Don Izzo here in a minute.
Ooh, excuse me. All right. Oop. We lost Joe for a second. Shane, are you looking for a specific spot in that video?
Yep.
Okay. No, I didn't even think I'd do
'Cause I learned
YouTube
this
when I
from
did my
Mike.
first.
I learned this from Mike.
Yeah, I didn't even think I'd be on YouTube when I did my first POTA, so didn't even think about recording it. And now look at us. 212 episodes of this show later.
Look at that. Look how clean and pretty that was.
That was before you dropped it off the tailgate.
Screw you, Steve. I bet I hadn't owned this setup.
Screw you.
Oh wow, that's 4 years ago. So Mike was doing POTA 2 years before I did. So look at that spider bee mask. I still have it. It's in the garage.
I was muted. Thanks, Frank.
I didn't have a mentor.
Roger, Roger. Kilo 5, Quebec Bravo, Foxtrot. You're a 5959 into Kilo 4423.
I remember those days. Is that the table it fell off of?
Yep.
Roger, 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 Roger.
Yep. Those were the days.
Roger, Roger. You're my very first contact on an activation. So got you in the log, got the 5-7 on this end, and good luck on your activation.
Well, thank you.
You need to turn that auto notch on.
Paul said he put protection on it.
So it got so windy that I had to take my little table and bring it inside my
Oh, they have a
SUV.
table in the car.
Yep.
Yeah, I do remember you doing that.
November 4, Golf Papa Yankee. This is Kilo 5, Quebec Bravo, Foxtrot. You're a big 5959 into Park 4423. Mobile station.
Good stuff, man.
That's it.
4 years ago.
And
I wish I would have recorded the CUSA that I had with what was his name? The guy that brought me into Joe Brett's Discord.
Yeah, who was responsible for that?
Yeah. Who do we have to blame?
Yeah. But I think everybody should record your POTUS, man. And this is back then. You could record QSOs because no one ever seen them before. Now you record QSOs and everyone just skips through the video. But, yeah,
but I think back in like, how the hell did the Discord even get started? You know, it's like
you were doing live streams.
Yeah, I think so.
Just making contacts.
Yeah, I do remember seeing the value of it. If especially if you was doing live streams or premieres and you had the chat going on. Well, when you end the premiere of the live stream, the chat stops. But take it to Discord and man, talk all night.
All right,
and
I got
then
my
y'all
first
came along.
My POTA log. I can't get it to go viewable here. Here, let me show you guys this. So that's my first.
Oh, wow.
I can't change it. 2019. Activate. But look at as you're writing down, you can see how nervous I was because my penmanship's a lot more. It's better. But like your first, you're like, wait a minute, and there's, you're changing things around, and then that was my first activation right there with that antenna.
What is that antenna?
I can't remember the name of it. I still have it. It's a great antenna. A guy down in Florida was making them. He sold the business to DX Engineering. But back then, when I got it for a great. I can't remember the name of the antenna. That, oh my God, this is bad. This is so insulting to me.
You'll find it.
But Jody's got a point here. Jody, thank you for the $12 super chat. It says, kudos to the content creators brave enough to bring their product to us viewers. And you're right, because I sat on that video for probably a good 2 weeks, I think, before I decided to upload it because I thought it sucked. But Jason, and I don't think I'd met Mike yet. But I'd met Jason, and Jason was like, you need to upload it because your first one's always going to suck.
Probably a good thing you didn't meet Mike first.
Yeah, probably so. I probably would stop doing post. but yeah.
I have some of my special activations, like a lot of stuff that Sue and I did. I have it archived up in the cloud, and every once in a while you pull it out and you look at it. It sort of gives me that inspiration. Should I do this again, or it just continue doing what I'm doing? But it was fun to play with the camera, and mine was all through the iPhone. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's what mine was.
And just play around with the Filmora software and adding music and speeding up things. I learned from so many people. It was really fun to speed up certain segments and then talk about the park, speed up a little bit, and
I'm trying to find Jason 2.0's first POTA video.
He has one of his early ones. He's showing, I think, a dual band radio. I found it one day.
Oh, the TYT TH9800.
I think
that was his very first video.
Like
10 years
no
ago.
lighting at all.
Yeah,
it was a shitty video, dude.
he hand wrote on a piece of. Oh, I'm gonna show it now.
Well, it's funny. It's funny you're saying that, Shane. I used to have the kids. Matthew used to be my cue. I called it the cue card holder.
Yep.
And I had a big, huge poster board, and there were bullets of talking points that I wanted to make sure I hit in chronological order of the video. And and I look at whom Matthew is a premier video guy now. I mean, he's gonna go to the university this fall. He's gonna get a degree in this stuff.
Now that's some title work right there. Buddy.
There you go, right there.
That's how you.
I got to show that to Matthew right there. This is the old school way.
This is before defensive resolve, man.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Oh God.
Hey Shane, some night we got to show that mashup that Matthew did. Maybe next week or.
Oh yeah,
weekend.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I forgot about it.
We got to do that for him.
This is the content of the video.
Look at this. I love it.
There's no timestamps, but if you that's what we're going to cover.
Yeah. Always
put your script up there.
A couple times I'd have, when Matthew wasn't around, I'd have it taped somewhere. So I'm looking, but also, I could, I would critique myself. Also, I would see my eyes change. Like I was looking at the camera. I was going to the script to come back. And that always bothered me. That always bothered me.
Ed asks, how often do you guys ad lib on a video? Is that where you just wing it? All the time.
Every video.
time.
After a
I
while, that's what you do.
I tried a couple of videos having this script, and like I had this software that was made for like movie production where you actually did your sketches and your timelines and all this. It was fancy. And I was like, this is some bullshit.
Let me see if I can find something in my early years.
I couldn't keep up no script. I just had to say it. So everything that I've done in the past has just been, let's try it.
Look at this young guy.
Oh, wow.
How about that, dude? Them sideburns, man. Damn
and my desire for where I want this video series project to go. This won't be a review video, and we're not going to cut to any other scenes here. It's just going to be me.
Just going to be me.
I want to show you. I want to show you guys one of my favorites that we did. Remember when t-shirts...
Whatever the preacher said, I do.
Yep.
No, remember when the t-shirts were becoming a big thing?
No.
You know, Jason was promoting his store and and everybody had a t-shirt going. Let me make sure this thing is ready to rock and roll here. All right, here we go.
Same, Mike. I went back and watched it not too long ago because I've got this.
Should have watched mine first, and that would have saved you a lot of trouble.
You guys ready for this one? Let's see. How do I
do it?
I'm still getting comments on my
Golf
90s.
QRP.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
Oh my God, band is horrible. Whiskey 1, Foxtrot, Yankee Golf.
Yeah. K5YVY.
Whiskey 1, Foxtrot, Yankee Golf.
How about this one?
CQ,
Don,
Whiskey
this
1, Foxtrot, Yankee Golf. Roger, Roger.
This one?
You're getting better. Your signal's getting better. Thank you. Whiskey
Don,
1,
this one.
Foxtrot, Yankee Golf in Connecticut.
She should have just been
Don,
throwing
how about this one?
Roger.
throwing them at you.
Right?
Very loud. Very, very loud. Oh my God, you're like 20 over 9. Thank you for putting me in your log. This is whiskey.
6DB.
This is Whiskey 1, Foxtrot, Yankee Golf. I got you in the log.
He
Thank you
almost
for having
got
yourself a
distracted.
Great day.
Yep.
Hi, this is Don from W1FYG for a great selection of T-shirts for this summer from all our ham radio friends. I'll leave the links in the narrative.
That young guy.
Check them out. Purchase them. It'll make you happy. 7 3s from Don, W1FYG, Smoke Signals RF.
And guys, here's the great. Jason's store is still open. Go to Jason's store. He still has. Matter of fact, the great Frank T-shirt that Frank Tank Radio created is now available. It's a great shirt. I love it. It came in a couple weeks ago. There's still some great shirts out there, as well as our shirts, Joe Brett shirts, and Shane from.
That don't fit me anymore.
That's okay though. But you can still get a new one, and you can design it how you want with Joe's picture on it.
Oh God, it reminds me. I got an email. I got an email today. Like I've seriously debated. You know, every year for Huntsville for the past few years, I've done a T-shirt, right? And like, I really didn't know if I was going to do a T-shirt this year, and I get an email from someone, and they're asking about T-shirts. They're like, I know it's a little early. Just wondering if you was making one. We'd like to go ahead and order. And I'm like, so I try to come up with something else maybe. But that just reminded me. I forgot all about that. I took a screenshot of it, so I'll see it someday in my photos.
You want to see a promo video I did for the Smoking Ape?
Of course.
Of course.
I don't think anybody has ever seen this. Ape, I don't think Ape ever used it. Hang on, let me just download here.
Can you still get a K8 MRD radio stuff shirt? Absolutely, with the windmill on it. Yep, it's still there.
Hold on, I'm about to pull it up.
Well, that video I had two different mic ones. Mic K8. I had both of them.
Yeah, the windmill's
Look
my
at that.
favorite. Yeah, there's the windmill.
Yep, I love that one. That one doesn't fit me anymore either. But there you go.
Damn laundry shrinking all the clothes, huh?
Yeah.
That's right.
There's at the
let me get the-
refrigerator.
Yeah, so over the weekend, I had a good friend of mine that was found, passed away in his sleep and stuff. And we worked together for like 20 years, good friends. And the funny part of the story is tomorrow's the service, and yeah, everybody's in Class A's, and I'm like, yeah, I still got mine. I didn't turn them in when I quit. So, well,
They
I
don't
tried
fit.
them on tonight.
What happened? The zipper won't go up, or
The laundry gremlins got him.
They will zip, but I think
Okay.
I think I'm just going to wear a blazer.
don't sneeze. Don't sneeze, right? Don't sneeze. Don't burp.
It wasn't the prettiest thing. Yeah. Dang.
All right, so this is a promo vid. This is a promo video that I did.
Buddy, it's Don, W1FYG from Smoke Signals RF. I was just talking to the Smoking Ape on GMRS, and his signal
crap.
faded out. Go figure. Said he needed something. Ferroids and toroids? Heat shrink tubing? I don't know. More Anderson power poles? The good stuff? Nah. We know what Ape likes, and he knows what we like. Stick around for another great video from the Smoking Ape. Hey everybody, it's Don. W1.
That's awesome.
I don't think he's ever put. I got to send him a message to see it, because talking about archiving.
You need to resend him that video
Son,
file.
you
Say,
ever
hey,
use that?
I sent you this.
He's probably waiting for that payment.
Probably.
A little commercial spot there. Smoke signal.
Oh, the good old days.
Yep.
Still the good old days.
Well, it's almost 2 hours, boys. We got to keep
Yeah.
going.
Nah, we got to wrap it up. I got to go watch a baseball game.
Yeah, I'm almost done with this cigar.
You go over 2 hours, you can't do that automatic AI shorts thing,
Exactly.
Sorry, you recorded too much video.
Yep, too much content. For me, I'll start it off. We'll end up with Joe Brett, but for me, nothing coming up. I might put out a video next year. We'll see. I think I'm going to order one of those 360 X5s to put on the balloon. I saw some people who were doing that. It looked pretty cool. But yeah, so if you're here near Sulphur Springs or Longview, Texas, coming up in June, come see us. We'll be out there. Otherwise, catch me here. Every other week. I think that's what I'm up to now.
Fail.
Right. All right, it's over to you, buddy.
Off Friday and Saturday, I got some final truck work being done for some radio work done. I want to just do something different with one of my tech friends, so we're going to work on that. The game plan is get out of there by noon and hit some POTA on Friday afternoon. Saturday, I'm off. I don't know if weather's going to participate, but my game plan is, again, get back out into the parks again for Saturday, and I go back to work on Sunday. So, and then we should be here on Sunday, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I think if I have the calendar right in my head, we have Mike and 2MAK will be one of our guests. We'll find out what's going on with Mike and his life and everything. I'm going to tell that man he's going to have to put on a tie, put on the POTA bow tie or something, and look cool. So.
Looks snazzy.
Oh, and a quick shout out to my buddies up in the Northeast. I had a great happy hour with them last Friday. Guys, follow their channel. Our happy hours are fun. It's just like this. And it's just some good old boys just, rag chewing and talking about stuff. So come and join the Northeast Hams. So.
Right.
Steve-O.
Quick shout out to Lee W4LFH. His XYL just tested with us and passed this past week.
Nice.
There's one for the extra by April.
Last testing session is going to be the 28th, right?
28th, Monday.
So come on.
How's Randy's wife doing? How's Randy's wife doing?
I hear she's doing,
Randy. But I hear she's doing real well, right? For her license?
We have one person already signed up. He's got to run it a little bit late because he's 12 hours out from me.
Okay.
So it'll be an international test, but no big deal. And I think we're going to have another one on Monday. I'm waiting on confirmation.
Better have 3 or 4.
Well, there's one person.
Just come in, folks. Just come in. David, stop.
Yep.
Come on.
Yep. There's David needs one to come in and get his extra. There's somebody that needs to come get their general. I won't say who, but they know who they are. You've been watching the chat. I've already called them out a few times.
She's been studying.
Yep.
And watching.
We've been talking. And if she doesn't pass, she's got to make a jump with Carlos. So
No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure.
And I'm gonna see what I can do to at least get a wire back up in a tree, so I can get back on HF here at the house.
Just get something, man.
Nice.
End fed half wave it or whatever.
Yep.
Anything.
Yeah, I've got an infed and I've got a what is a Eurocom X80 out there on the fence that needs a tuner put on it.
Any antenna is better than no antenna. Remember
That's so true.
So,
Yo, Brett.
Hey, what's up? All right. I was going to write more, Kim, but it's my time, man. Bless you, and y'all stay strong through that. Julie states that it is the Florida QSO party. The state of Florida is having their QSO party this weekend. I also have on my QSO party note right here, this you can't see, QBC. So I'm thinking that's some kind of Canadian QSO party or something. QBC.
don't know.
So
Do y'all know about that
Yeah.
website that has everything listed?
I don't know, but was it your turn?
Contestcalendar.com.
Let me see. Nah, I don't think it's called that. Hang on.
Maktuba.
No, it's not October. Hang on here.
It is.
It's the contest calendar. You can
Yeah.
do it by the month or 8 days or.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Contest calendar.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I love that website. To those guys who maintain that, thank you. Thank you. That's a fun website to follow.
Contestcalendar.com.
A lot of good info there.
Yep.
If I could pull it up in time, I would show you. What's that?
Here, I'll post the link right now.
Dang it.
Okay,
True
Quebec QSO
Naz.
party was April 20th.
This is April
we go.
22nd through the 29th.
And what I like about you can change all the various views for how you want to,
Oh, yeah.
what you want to look at. So
You can customize
thanks to the webmaster and everybody who uploads their information to that. Thank you very, very much. Very
There's your
helpful
QSO parties.
to us. Yeah.
So in April, we got Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, New Mexico, Georgia, North Dakota, Nebraska, Michigan, Ontario, Quebec, QSO party, April the
There you go.
20th.
That may be it.
That's what it was.
And Ontario is April the 20th. So it looks like we've got Nebraska, Michigan, Ontario, and Quebec are all on the 20th.
That was this past weekend.
Oh, it is the 22nd, huh?
It is.
Well, y'all missed it, suckers. Florida QSO party this week, and it looks like May the 3rd. We've got Arizona, Idaho, Montana, Nevada,
Well, it's the
Utah, Washington.
seventh call area QSO party. 'Cause it covers that whole area.
May 3rd, we have the New England. So all the New England states, Connecticut, and everyone up, those crazy
Oh,
Northeast hams.
May 3rd is going to be a big QSO party.
So get out there and play radio May the 3rd.
Okay.
Yep. Go play with no excuse.
On the show, if you had that, what's this thing called? What is this thing called?
Is that the Joe Brett app?
The heat map?
No, this is the one they done on Nuggets a few weeks ago.
Oh.
And I
Looks
got
like
it
a-
running on my
looks
home
like-
server.
It looks like the bean. I call that the bean with all those grid squares.
Yes.
My God, they didn't put the name. Wave log. Yeah, that's what it's called. I don't know where they put the name of. Anyway, you get the contest calendar right there.
Hey.
Another,
There you
another
go.
good tool
It
for
is.
us.
And,
Another
it
good
come-
tool.
and they pulled this information from,
And at least it's in dark mode.
how do
Thank you, Joe.
Solo? Yeah. Sorry, guys. But anyway, make it easier for the viewer to see. They pull this from the contest calendar, so that's neat. And it shows you today's and then the upcoming weekends. And hey, there's
Very
Florida.
nice.
Oh, I want
There
to
you
know
go.
more about that. Just click on it and you go to contest
There you
calendar.
go.
So
And
Scroll down and you can hit the website for it, and boom.
nice.
Your
there's
rules are all there. Your
Looks like
exchange.
we will be getting the
Next
YouTube
week.
shorts from this video.
Nope. Dang it.
Anyway,
All right.
did I do something?
You did
Yeah,
it
we're
right.
over.
You did
We're
it right.
over by 5 minutes.
There's something copyrighted there or something?
No.
I'll delete it right now if it is.
Oh,
Stingy son of a gun.
all right. We're going to say 73, and thanks everyone for showing up tonight. We
You didn't even
appreciate
let me
being
do
here.
my final round.
I just did.
Squirrel chasing son of a bitch.
Joe, what you got?
I ain't got
Wait a minute,
nothing.
hold on.
I need to do a video this weekend if the time allows. I'm gonna do a video this weekend. I'm absolutely gonna do it. I don't know what it'll be, but I'll come up with something. Thank
There you go.
Why don't you do how to? Why
K5YVY.
don't you do how to track a ham radio package? I mean, that right there is content.
Be a
alone.
FedEx.
Be pretty boring. It's the same refresh. That's
That'd be kind of fun.
Oh goodness.
oh yeah. May have to do a toaster video sometime. Thanks, Quirky.
There you go.
I did Quirky. I did put that on the SWR meter, and your connections are shit. I gotta redo that a little bit. You got you got open circuit in there, man.
Is it different for a waffle versus English muffin?
Hold on. I got to do something here, and I'm probably going to show something that I shouldn't show. But I want to say thank you to James over at Quirky QRP.
Oh my God, we're going down.
Make sure he has pants.
Oh, you can't see it.
Thank God for the green screen.
Thank God we can't see it.
Right. Hold on.
But
what she said.
It wasn't no Big John.
It definitely was no ATAS. There you go. Oh, is that the 40 by 20?
That's this giant thing that's about radiomagnetic radiations. I talked about it on the stream the other night.
Yep.
I want that in a poster and put it.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna get one and I'm gonna frame mine. That's gonna go in the shack.
He has one.
Hold on.
Has one already on the site.
Oh, damn it. Oh, wait. Yeah,
No,
you can see it.
I want
There.
really cheap poster paper. I don't want that expensive plaque thing.
Oh, you don't want the high quality one?
This is a really cool map, by the way.
I still got to buy a second ATOS. No.
No, you need to claim your insurance through the USPS and have them buy you an ATOS.
That's already been done, but Jim cheaped out on them. I'm like, really, son? That's all you told him it was
only
worth?
insure it for $100?
And then he split it with me. Like,
that jerk.
What?
You've already been paid for the antenna in our package deal, and you still want to split the refund?
Man got himself some. He got himself some
Now,
Dr.
son.
Pepper and a carton of Cools. Or
Overinsure.
He didn't want an antenna to come between the friendship, so I said,
Right.
okay, I'll split it with you.
That's a friend.
Well,
That's a friend.
Joe, I sent you that link.
Punching his ass in the gut and Dayton.
That
As
I
you
want to see.
should.
That's a video short right
As
there.
you should.
Right at the flagpole. Y'all be there.
Nice.
That'll have 1 million views in 2 days.
Absolutely.
All right. Shane, what you got?
That's it, man. That's all I got.
Play that out.
You get a video when you get a video. Otherwise, you'll see you next Tuesday, 7/3. Everybody, thanks for being here. Bye,
Later.
y'all.
Bye.
I'll take it wet or dry. I don't care. To me, it's all about that.